What's up, savages? Time for a little golden era epic music that'll never be duplicated. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s will never be duplicated. I'm going to educate young and old because most people have no clue. Metallica, right? Metallica is the band. Their first three albums are epic. Epic. I still listen to them to this fucking day. I've seen them 5 times. What, 4 or 5 times? I think 5 times. Fan is too loud. I don't think so. Works good during podcast. Yeah, so we're gonna educate you people on Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets. Cannot get better. You can't get better. That's epic Metallica. That's Cliff Burton. Rest in peace, Cliff Burton. Rest in peace, Cliff Burton Senior, Junior, and all their family and friends. Sorry, James. Sorry, Kurt. Sorry, Laz. Sorry, Dave Mustaine. All the original members of Metallica, other than Kurt. And then Kurt, left Exodus and went Metallica when Dave Mustaine got kicked out. Isn't that the way it always happens? Like this is the best thing. I don't think it's good that bands break apart, or groups, or rap groups, or MCs break up with their, 2, 3 squads, 4 squads, groups, bands that, like, leave for money reasons and everything. But with Metallica, we got Megadeth out of it. And with Slayer, Dave Lombardo plays in 7, 8 bands. Suicidal Tendencies, the Misfits. Jesus, he's in so many bands. The beginning of the thrash era was Exodus, DRI, Testament, all from the Bay Area, LA. Biohazard, Overkill here in the northeast coast of the East Coast, Boston all the way down to Philly and all the cities in between, Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Bedford, Fall River, Springfield, Worcester, Lynn, Lowell, Bosstown, 617 right here, Quincy, Southwest Quincy, 617 area code. I tell you, people, we're cut from a different cloth. A lot of fucking knowledge. Credibility is everything. Credibility is everything. I'm going to start it off with Kill 'Em All. It was supposed to be called Metal Up Your Ass, but they thought that was too bad back in early 83. Actually, it was the summer of 83, July of 83. And then July 84, July 83, Metal Up Your Ass, and they didn't like that name, the record company, so they called it Kill 'Em All. I don't know, like, what's worse? You know what I mean? I don't think any of them are worse, but it's thrash metal. Now listen, these bands, they were listening to Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, just like we were, Kiss, Black Sabbath, the first 2 Motley Crue albums. After that, I don't know what happened. I guess you guys could probably guess, right? Everyone could probably guess, right? So what, like original Metallica, original Slayer, original Megadeth, like they didn't really have much to go on, but to make it faster, more attitude, more aggression, struggle, so many things, politics going on back in those days, and there's a lot of, we were all raised as Democrats, you know what I mean? City guys, you know what I mean? We're always, for the unions and for everybody else. It's just what's fair for everyone else. I always vote Democrat. I don't get into politics. I'm an independent. I'm just a, American. Whatever's best for America in the world. I don't want to get into politics. I never want to get into politics. The politics that run this country and other countries. I just don't like getting involved in politics. We need to fix here in America. We got to fix the inner cities here. So you get the homeless problem, and the highest paid people get paid $250,000 a year to fix this homeless problem, right? And it doesn't seem like anything's getting fixed. I don't know people, you know what I mean? Want to help the homeless, the veterans, veterans of this country who fought for our freedoms. There's so many people, addicts, everyone needs help out there. There's a lot of mental illness going on right now. The next year or two is going to get really ugly, I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just saying, like, history always repeats itself. In recessions and things like that, the wealthy get wealthier, and the middle class, the people who build this country and run this country daily, get screwed all the time. All right? I'm not telling you anything new. I ain't telling you anything you haven't heard before. But frig that shit. Let's get into old Metallica. You know what I mean? This is Kill 'Em All album, people. The Kill 'Em All album. Backwards sometimes. Don't worry about it. These are all the same songs. Different parts of them. Let's Hit the Lights. That's the first song you'll hear off the album. First song, first album. All right, that's the bass. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Okay. And then we'll go. I'll go on that bass. You'll have time to figure this stuff out, people. All stuff on that. You like music. It's second music. I'll never be fucking. Never be taken away. Second series. I'm like, first three albums, bro. I'll give you that in a second. Let's go through the first three albums, bro. Anything before the Black Album. That brings up the strong kind of right now. From the Bellstone, that's after this album. This is the first album, Kill 'Em All, and then Ride the Lightning. that's where the golf balls, all the golf balls run and then that's the bucket. Those 3 albums that happened. I still got them on my playlist. That whole album. I've seen them fucking 4 or 5 times. He's epic, dude. 83. Got no clue. No clue. Fast to play, aggressive.
Thunder and lightning, the gossip revenge, senseless destruction. They got the fury.
They got that on every album.
Running for safety.
You hear that? They went to Denmark and Holland.
Suicide running is infantry, ripping and tearing. You're the mist and the madness. Trying to get the message to you.
Mental militia. Ever see the shirt that I wear? Mental militia. That metal militia. Well, that's where they got it from. That's a good sign. Lights are important, bro. I know you know that, bro. You ain't got no coming, bitch. I know that, bro. Glad you're doing them, bro. Really am. Song's called Whiplash. That's a classic. That's Whiplash should be up there on the album. I think those big men. They must have been. Take them out of there.
Whiplash! Shooting through the metal's gone, it's time to hit the road. Another town, another gig, again you will explode. Hotel rooms and motorways, life better than rock. We'll never stop, we'll never stop, that's Metallica.
Yep, young South Hall.
You're dashing all around, acting like a maniac.
This is epic. I got a video of me and my old band, our old band playing. We used to start with this. Am I Evil? Season before Am I Evil? Young Russell, Pitchfork, Negative Freak, Nirvana, like we do all kinds of shit. Covers, you know. We're gonna go into Ride the Lightning album in a second, bro. A lot of drugs.
My brains are on fire with the feeling to feel, and it won't go away.
I'm into that ballad shit. I'm not into hair bands and shit like that.
There's only one thing on our minds. Don't try running away, 'cause you're the one we will find.
After
Running on our way out, you will be tight. 1,000
now, I don't know what happened to them.
running on our way out, you will be tight. 1,000 deaths. Seek and destroy. Searching. Seek and destroy. Searching. Seek and destroy. Searching. Seek and destroy.
The Thing That Should Not Be is one of my favorite songs. Natural Puppet. I don't know, there's so many great ones, you know, it's hard to pick one. Other people can want to pick one, you know what I mean? I'm not these first three albums. Actually, I like the Justice for All too. That's all. With the case, Stella and South Bend. I don't know, bro, like, maybe it was because they couldn't play that fast no more, you know what I mean? Like, I played fast, bass, guitar, singing. It's not something easy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, you ain't gonna be able to do too well, you know what I mean? Wake up, hungover, trying to play this fucking really fast, you know what I mean? Okay, we got Kill 'Em All there, people. That's Kill 'Em All. That's the Kill 'Em All album. Just a little piece of about 4 or 5 songs out of my favorites. Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth, which is a instrumental. On the first 3 albums, they had instrumentals. Actually, I think they had one on. Yeah, they had one, To Live Is to Die, on Injustice for All. I'm pretty sure they had an instrumental, but the Call of Cthulhu on Ride the Lightning, Orion on Master of Puppets, and Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth. That's Cliff Burton is on all 3 of those albums. You know what I mean? The best bass player in speed metal ever. They took down Napster. Yeah, they should. That was Lars Ulrich. You know, Lars Ulrich, the drummer for Metallica. Like, a lot of people say, oh, he's a horrible drummer. Well, compared to friggin' Dave Lombardo from fucking original Slayer drummer, who's in like 7 bands right now, Suicidal Tendencies, Danzig, and like 5 other fucking bands he's in, you know, his own bands. Like, guy's so good. You know what I mean? So good. So fucking good. Epic. When you see him live, you're right in front of them because you already fucking slam dance with fucking everybody in there. They're all bloody. They come up to you. Good job, dude. Good job. Good job. I fucking smash you in the fucking face, elbowed you. And you're a bloody mess, and now you're going to thank me? Man, like, the 80s were fucking crazy, dude. But I was sitting right behind Dave Lombardo a week in the Abyss tour before they went to the Clash of the Titans tour in Europe in the 80s. Right when they made the Seasons of the Abyss album, which I was kind of not really happy with. I mean, there's a couple good songs, but Rain and Blood and South of Heaven and Hell Awaits and what the fuck was that fucking first album? Hell Awaits, I think was the second. Slayer, Cannot believe. My friends would be fucking laughing at me right now. They probably are right now. First album is fuck. It's the tip of my tongue. I remember. But anyways, Hell Awaits was at that. Then there was an EP called Haunting the Chapel. That was like just like the EP up there. Whiplash, Metallica Whiplash. Has like 3 or 4 songs on it. And Kill 'Em All, the new version, when CD came out and the tape, when the cassette tape was out, they made a new version with Am I Evil on it and Blitzkrieg, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was Blitzkrieg. But Am I Evil was definitely on it. Epic track. They put Diamond Head on the map, actually. See, these guys, they were into punk rock and metal, like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. I seen those bands, you know what I mean? Many times. I had the Iron Maiden symbol right up here on my shoulder, but obviously you can see the hook got covered with a fucking with a sleeve, the Sandhogs, right? But there was a little, like on every Iron Maiden album, like up there, Made in Japan. That's a EP, mini LP. It's like that's an EP, Made in Japan. There was a little circle with an arrow at the bottom, and then a circle on the outside, and then a line with a circle on the outside, and a line underneath the arrow. And about 15 or 20 of us down Kincaid Park, 10 blocks away, the Hood, where we used to sit on the wall and fucking sell joints all day, and a bunch of other shit right in the 80s, right? About 15, 20 of us had those fucking tats, I used to do the tattoos, That's an old one, just Indian ink and fucking a needle and fucking thread. But I've done a lot of tattoos for people, but I had all my tattoos done from a dear friend who passed away. God bless his soul. But we're gonna go into right now. We're gonna go into Ride the Lightning, the second Metallica album, which is fucking just. It was like when I heard Fight Fire with Fire, I was just like instantly hooked. Not only that, I mean, Wake Up Dead just came out. Pete Salzman buying album, and Killing Is My Business. Business is Good. Megadeth's first album, the second album, Pete Salzman buying. I seen both those tours because they were like both. They were touring on both those albums because they were making Pete Salzman buying during the Killing Is My Business and Business is Good tour. So yeah, like I got to see these bands in their primes when they were fucking like killing it, fucking speed, fast, aggression, attitude, like everything we like in rap, right? Attitude, you know what I mean? It's like this was angry white boy music, you know what I mean? To be honest with you, it was angry white boy music. And not only that, I was listening to I was breakdancing to fucking Cheap Thrills, Roxanne, 1979-80. So I was in the rap, way in the beginning, and then when I started hearing them talking about hustling on the streets and shit, like how can I love that fucking music? Because I can relate to it, you know what I mean? I grew up like that. I didn't grow up with no fucking white privilege. I grew up without my father, alcoholic, drug addict mother, who I love very much. She gave me a lot of love, but I didn't listen to her, you know what I mean? I should have listened to her, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Who's more influential? Run DMC because they were first, you know what I mean? Who's more influential than Run DMC is fucking Boogie Down Production, KRS-One. KRS-One, man, like Rakim, like, you know what I mean? Like EPMD. Like Run DMC, I respect them. I respect, God bless Jam Master Jay, one of the best fucking to ever fucking do it. Rick Rubin, Russell Simmons from Def Jam, Public Enemy. Public Enemy is one of my favorites, Pulse. Like, I don't know, Run DMC, I like My Adidas because I'm an Adidas guy, you know what I mean? My Adidas, Tougher Than Leather. But I didn't like every song on every album. They were kind of like pop, you know what I mean? Pop rap, but BC Boys License to Ill, other than Fight for Your Right to Party, that whole album is fucking off the charts. Talk about fucking rap. those guys could kill it. Not only that, they had fucking Slayer's guitarists in there. They had fucking one of Slayer's guitarists in there. They had Public Enemy had they used Slayer riffs in Channel Zero on Nation of Millions. Takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back. I mean, Public Enemy was doing shit with Slayer way before fucking Run DMC did anything with Aerosmith. Like, there was an album way back in the 90s where thrash bands hooked up with hardcore rap bands and did a soundtrack, an album for a movie. I forget what the fuck it was called. Fuck. Show No Mercy is Slayer's first album. What the fuck was that? There was an album like Onyx did a song with Slayer, I think. House of Pain did a song with Havoc. Havoc, I never really liked. I never really, Helmet or something. House of Pain and Helmet. There was all kinds of collaborations with thrash, and then you got Anthrax with Bring the Noise with Public Enemy. You know what I mean? That's like hardcore rap or hardcore metal. Like Aerosmith, their old shit is really, really good. Like epic. Like fucking Night in the Ruts, like fucking Toys in the Attic. Like those albums are just like untouchable. You know what I mean? But you got to give Aerosmith a lot of credit. You know, like they did a lot of drugs, and Joe Perry and fucking Steven Tyler and the rest of the band. You got to give them a lot of credit. You know, they all live in like a little circle area in the South Shore, South Shore of kind of going towards the Cape. You know, Boston's up here, and the Cape's, you know, the circle, you know, island kind of thing that goes at the end of Massachusetts. That's the South Shore down there. And they live like close to near the Cape, Cohasset or Situate. I drove by their houses. They all like have houses across the street from each other and shit. And they live all on the same, like fucking Knots Landing type thing, like a cul-de-sac type thing. Only shit you'd see down the South Shore. You know what I mean? They're all towns down there, you know, marshlands and shit. You know what I mean? But I like old Aerosmith. I don't like Loving in Elevator, anything like that. Like Jamie's got I can't deal with shit like that. It's like country music. It's not that I hate it. I can't relate to it. Nobody's life is strawberries and fucking chocolate every fucking day. It's like soap operas. You know what I mean? It's like no one can be that happy every day. I wake up blessed every day. I'm not saying like I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying I can't relate. I don't like pop. I like Michael Jackson pop. I like Elton John pop. But they're real musicians. They had talent. You know what I mean? No, I don't think Michael Jackson was a pedophile because I wouldn't even be mentioning his fucking name. I can't stand pedophiles. I can't stand rats. I can't stand people who are women, children, elderly, harmless animals, harmless people. You know what I mean? Innocent people. People that do that are fucking punks. You know, because they can never win a fight. What about Roberto? When did they sell out? Crew Cuts. I think that was during the Black Album. You know, what was it? Enter Sandman. I mean, he had a good part of the song on there, but if you listen to these songs, right, the first albums, like every song is banging. You know what I mean? Even on Injustice for All, their first album without Cliff. You know what I mean? They hired Jason Newsted from Flotsam and Jetsam. And he did pretty well, you know what I mean? But they gave him shit the whole fucking time because they lost their best friend, Cliff Burton. Cliff Burton taught James, taught Kurt a lot of harmonics and, changes. That's what made old Metallica so good, and old Megadeth and old Slayer and old Testament and Exodus and DRI and Suicidal Tendencies. And I could go on and on. Overkill, fucking Biohazard. Like I could just go on and on. Venom, Motorhead, like they had so many changes in their music. You know, every song there was a million changes. It's like that's fucking talent. You know what I mean? It's like nothing ever fucking sounded like that ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's Iron Maiden songs that are 12 minutes long, 14 minutes long, that are insane. You know what I mean? But not as fast as thrash, speed metal. And it's just a mixture of punk rock and metal. That's all it is. But faster, as fast as you can play, as you know, the best lyrics you can write and the best fucking music you can play. You know what I mean? And these musicians were fucking still fucking great musicians. You know what I mean? One of these days, I'll be talking to James Hetfield. I'll be talking to Tom Araya, two of my favorite frontmen. Dave Mustaine is one of my. Dave Mustaine, Tom Araya, Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield, all three of them. I'd put them up there with this up there in the same category. I like lead singer of DRI. I like Chuck Billy from Testament, lead singer. I like the lead singer, Bobby the Blitz Ellsworth from Overkill. Metal Church, Anthrax. I don't like the singer from Anthrax. I like the singer from SOD with the members of Anthrax. Charlie Benente, the drummer, and Scott Ian, the rhythm guitarist. They formed a band called SOD, Stormtroopers of Death, with one of the roadies of Anthrax, Billy Milano, who has his own band, MOD, who I seen twice. And SOD I never got to see. I had friends of mine that seen them in New York, though. SOD, Speak English or Die, might be the best thrash album all time. Either that or Rain and Blood, South of Heaven, or South of Heaven from Slayer, or Master of Puppets. But this next album we're going to right now, that's up there. Ride the Lightning's up there. I think Master of Puppets, I think they just got better and better and better. You know what I mean? Metallica. But we're gonna go with Ride the Lightning right now, people, and we're gonna see where it brings us. All right, hold on one sec. I just gotta do a couple of things. All right, let me see what he said. All right, what about Roberto? Roberto who, brother? Roberto Duran? I love Duran. Is that who you're talking about, Pulse? Who's more influential, brother? I would say NWA with well, New York was doing it way before NWA. Gangster rap, it was just more hustle rap, and like, you know, 9 out of 10 fucking MCs were fucking criminals. They was actually spitting what they were living. Exactly what I did on my albums. I was spitting what I was living. I'm really thinking about making this third album. I started the third album, but when I came off all the pain meds, there was no way I could fucking, you know, finish it. So, and not only that, I want to do an album when I'm not fucking in a cloud. You know what I mean? Fucking numb. I did that. I did those albums when I was fucking numb. Work all week and then go to the fucking studio for 8 to 12 hours. You know what I mean? On the weekend, on Friday night or a Saturday. Yeah, Boogie Down Productions, Criminal Minded, one of my favorite albums. You know, Public Enemy, Rakim, EPMD. You know, like, you just don't get better than that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Aerosmith and Wu-Tang changed the game in '93. Redman, What the Album, you know what I mean? Hit Squad, you know what I mean? It's just Keith Murray, just so many insane. Fucking Tim Dog, DJ Quick, Ghetto Boys are one of my favorites, you know what I mean? I'll do things on them too, you know what I mean? I know I'm like an encyclopedia with music. I went to over 150 shows at least in the 80s and some in the 90s, but mostly in the 80s. I even seen a couple shows in the 2000s too, but every week we were going to shows, you know what I mean? Every fucking week. It's just every week. Every week we went to shows. Sometimes twice a week. It's just the way it was. We hustled to fucking go to fucking concerts, man, honestly. Like, no bullshit. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Just the truth. Let me see here. All right. See, this is the only thing I gotta learn. Pulse. See, when you learned when you learn technology, I was running fucking 7 water tunnels. You know what I mean? Like, I never got a chance to learn. You know what I mean? It took me some time to learn. Hold on, let me see something. All right. All right. All right. One more. I got these all. The only thing is, I was only going to do the Kill 'Em All album, but I said, you know what? I got to do all the first 3 albums because the first 3 albums are so epic. I still have, even Injustice for All is really good. There's a lot of songs that people don't listen to on these albums because, you know, like you said, For Whom the Bells Toll and like all those songs. Like that's all anybody ever heard. You know what I mean? You never heard it on the radio. When I was growing up in the 80s, we had to wait till 2 in the morning to hear shit like that on late night fucking metal shows. You know what I mean? Or rap shows. You know what I mean? Like you would never hear hardcore rap in the 80s. You have to wait till fucking late night. Or you had to go on ERS, Emerson College. I think, what was it? 8 to 11 or 11. It might have been 8 or 9 to 11 or 7 to 11 or something like that. There was Jamaican, Rastafarian, Jamaican reggae for a couple hours, and it went right into hardcore rap. Actually, some of my group's music was playing on there. When I was at work, we were listening to it. You know what I mean? And, my brothers in the union would say, Bobby, there you are. You know what I mean? There you are, right on the radio. You know what I mean? I go, yeah, it don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? But that's right. It meant a lot to me, but I just tried to play it off pulse. You know what I mean? Roberto, the new bassist. Oh, he was the bassist of us. He's the original bassist of Suicidal Tendencies, bro. I love that guy. I love Suicidal Tendencies. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's really good. Robert Tuchulio. They gave him the job, right? They gave him like $1 million cash or a couple million, 3 million cash to go buy a house and get himself settled to go make a new album and shit. And gave him a certain amount of royalties off every album sale and everything like that. So they hooked him up really good. Really nice guy. Heard he runs like fucking 10 miles a day or something. He's in good shape for his fucking age. And he's up there. He plays, I respect about him. He plays a lot of old, like Cliff. He plays Call of Cthulhu, Orion, Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth. I don't think anyone could play Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth like fucking like Cliff Burton could do it. You know what I mean? He had like 3 flanges because it sounds just like a fucking guitar. You know what I mean? That's a bass. That's 4 strings. You know what I mean? Very hard to make with a lot of distortion. You can make it sound like a guitar, but even then, you got to be really, really good to make it sound like a guitar. To make a bass sound like a guitar, you got to be a fucking epic musician. Cliff Burton is the best bassist in speed metal. Then you got Steve Harris from fucking Iron Maiden. Geddy Lee from Rush. The lead singer from Rush plays keyboards, plays bass. Sting from The Police plays bass. Unbelievable singer, unbelievable bassist. John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin, right? John Paul Jones, right? There's so many. Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. I played bass, you know what I mean? Thinking about gonna go buy another one soon and a guitar too, and probably do an acoustic album or a rap album. Pulse, I'm not sure yet, buddy, what I'm gonna do. I want you to fucking get in on the fucking collab with me, dude, because you could fucking rap, dude. Yeah, Aerosmith are great. Their old shit's great, bro. Their old shit. The old shit. None of that new stuff. Ugh. All right, MJ was messed up by his father, Joe. MJ, Michael Jackson, you mean, or Michael Jordan? Both of them were. Tito split the fuck up like Mike Jack and Tito, right? Like RZA says on that song with Nas and Jizza and RZA. I forget what the fuck that song's called. It's on my fucking playlist. It's just like a collab they did. I think it was on one of Jizza's album, not Liquid Swords. Yeah, Robert. That's Robert DiTrillo. He was the bassist for Suicidal on their first fucking 3-4 albums. So like Suicidal was like, yeah, good for you. You know, like they weren't even mad that he took the job with Metallica. You know what I mean? Because he was gonna quadruple his salary. Suicidal Tendencies never went platinum. They might have went platinum over this amount of time now, over time, but they're legends. You know what I mean? They're legends in the game. They were barred from LA. They couldn't even play in LA no more because they had the fucking, you know, they were all gang members. You know what I mean? They had the fucking, but they were white, black, Spanish. You know what I mean? The only black guitarists I ever seen were at Pittsburgh Pirates hat and play guitar as good as that guy from fucking Suicidal. Insane. You know what I mean? Insanity. And that Body Counts from Ice-T. You know what was Ice-T's favorite thrash band is? Right there. Slayer. Original Slayer. Original Slayer. Rest in peace, Jeff Hennigan. Rest in peace, Cliff Burton. Makes me sad. Rest in peace, Gus Samuelson, the original drummer of Megadeth. Joe Jackson beat his kids into stardom. You're right. It worked, but ended up messing up their mental. Absolutely. No, when I was trying to play with my fingers, I was breaking strings left and right, and I was using nickel-plated strings and shit, the strongest ones. I have to use a pick because I don't know my own strength, or I don't know. I just can't get a good strum. I can use a pick just like this, you know what I mean, and just like this, back and forth. You know what I mean? That's better. I could get better like picks and better strums. You know what I mean? With a pick. You know, I can play it with my fingers, but I like to play bass really fast or really slow. But if I play it slow, I like to fucking, you know, you can really hear, like on Seek and Destroy. It's like, wow, brown, boom, 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 yeah, then we play Am I Evil? We play like 10 cover songs and we do like a fucking original just by ourselves and just jam the fuck out for like 10 minutes straight. We were doing that back in 2015. 2016, I started my new album, the third one, Rap. I have like 5 demos somewhere. I have them. Friends of mine and my producer said they liked, you know, certain songs. It was called Anger of a Bastard Child. I was thinking to myself, Paul's like, why should I go with the old shit when I was all fucked up on all those pain meds? You know what I mean? 15 plus years. And it's not like I was fucked up off them. I was just prescribed so many, you know what I mean? For so long. I'm so happy I'm off those pills since March 8th of 2018. So I got 52 months coming up. July 8th will be 52 months, so 60 months soon. So Pulse, this is for you, brother, since I know you love Ride the Lightning because you like that's your song, right? What's your song? Let me see. I know what one you're talking about, but I'm happy you're training, bro. I really am, bro. From the Bell Store. Listen, epic track. You know what I mean? Come on. Like whoever doesn't like that song. Dun, 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 dun. That's easy actually to play. It's easier on the bass. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. You just gotta learn. You know what the hardest bass line to play is? Money. The song Money from Pink Floyd. Boom, 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 boom. You might think it's easy. The hardest bass line I've ever fucking learned. Like Cliff Burton fucking shit and Roger Waters. That was the hardest Roger Waters song I ever tried to learn was fucking but I could play a lot of fucking songs on bass, like you know, a lot of Nirvana, no Teen Spirit or In Bloom or anything like that. I was into the cover songs they did, Dimension 7, like The Money Will Roll Right In, their first album, Bleach, In Utero was good. Don't get me wrong, Nevermind's a great album. I like songs called Territorial Pissings and like really fast songs. You know what I mean? They were more like that wasn't grunge up there. That was punk rock. You know what I mean? They were all punk rock, fans. You know what I mean? Welcome by Isaac. I love Isaac Hayes, brother. That's a good one to play. Isaac, well, opiates with Xanax, bro. Like, I couldn't do my opiates without the Xanax. You know what I mean? So it was like the fuck did they call it? A concoction, they called it. But it was, I couldn't do one without the other. Like, I could have all my pain meds and my breakthrough pain meds. If I didn't have my Xanax, then I had to go buy fucking Valiums and Xanax from other fucking people. Or people just give them to me and I just give them right back to them, a couple of days later. But I couldn't crush up 80s and 30s without 2-3 bars in there. I do that 7 times a day, Pulse. That's how much I was. 40, 30 oxycodones a day. After they stopped making the real Oxycontins, I was on 8 80s a day, the real ones, and 830 oxycodones a day, 30 milligram oxycodones a day as breakthroughs, right? So 8 and 8, right? And then 9 Xanny bars a day, 2 milligram Xanny bars, right? And then I was on 12, and I was doing like 12 to 15 Xanny bars a day with all those. So when the fake ones came out, Pulse, that's when I, they were giving me the runs and shit. And I'm like, what opiates give you the runs? If anything, they bind you up. You know what I mean? So just what it was, back in that's just what it was. But yeah, it was the bad fucking combination. You know what I mean? But I still got a lot of shit done. Oh, good. I'm glad you kicked it, bro. I used to spend $1,000 a month. Dude, I used to spend $300-$400 a day, like for like a year. Actually, I used to buy like 5 perks every Friday night, and I'd take like 2 or 3, and I'd be jammed out of my mind. But I'd feel so good. My back would feel so good, and this is before I landed on my head a couple of years later. But I don't know, like it brought me up. It never brought me down, but that's why I lost so many friends, Pulse. They all went to the cheaper shit because it was $1 a milligram for 80s. It was $80 a piece here. I go down to Rhode Island and get them for $40. And I buy 1,000. You get them for fucking, you know what I mean? 400. You know what I mean? 40 a piece. Or what the fuck was it? 100. It was like $40 a piece for 80s. If you bought, a lot. So basically, just fucking get rid of fucking 80s to support your own habit, right? And then this fucking freak accident happens, right? When I fucking in 2003, when I'm bringing my German Shepherds, I grabbed the rail and it gave on me. Probably was the best thing that happened, I think. Other than the pain I go through every day and the shit I go through in my fucking body, my fucking spine, and my fucking head. But I was already a fucking really what's it called wild person before that, so I chilled out a lot. You know what I mean? Because I just got married in 2001, so I was chill. You know what I mean? I smartened up, and the perks on Fridays, and then Sundays taking action on football. Me and my partner, God bless his soul, he went way too young in 2015. So many Pulse, right? Like 70 soldiers, savages that I fought. Wars in the streets with, wars in fucking clubs, wars in bars, bloody buckets of blood. Like just friends you can't replace, you know what I mean? But if you're going to replace friends, right, replace them with good people that have the same goals you have, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if my friends were still around, like a lot of them, like the ones I looked up to when I was a young kid growing up or a young teenager. I'd probably still be in the crime, you know what I mean? In the fucking, being a half a wise guy or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, cowboy, whatever you want to fucking call it, you know what I mean? I never took that oath because I ain't good at taking orders. And not only that, I'm not going to take orders from anyone. I'm fucking competent, you know what I mean? I was a problem solver. I was the one that was going to collect the money and shit. I was going to collect the envelopes. I was going to take care of the fucking, the violent shit, you know what I mean? Because, the 80s and 90s is the way it was, Is it Oz? Oh, an ounce of weed in Boston? Oh yeah, that cough syrup shit. Yeah, that's the codeine, right? Liquid codeine and shit, and even stronger, right? Because stronger. I noticed it's weird, isn't it? How the cultures do it differently. You know what I mean? Like I'd always like I never see color or anything like that because I know there's shitbags in every color and there's really good people in every color. I know this for a fact because I did time with real soldiers, serious fucking people and good dudes. And I had Latin Kings, real gangbangers come up to me and fucking when I knocked out the biggest white guy in the fucking TKO'd him in the ring in the second round, they shipped me out the next day. But when I was sitting on the fucking benches down in the fucking gym, they were all coming up to me and giving me the fist bump. Yo, White Tyson, good job. You know, right there. You just got to set precedence. The biggest white guy won the fight me in the ring, right? I don't use color. I'm just saying he's a white guy, right? He won the fight me in the ring. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking because I used to train every night. I was there for a month and a half. I never seen him train once. But he looked like a fucking offensive lineman from fucking Nebraska or something. He wasn't fat, but he was big, really big. And I don't know, 4 inches. I'm sick. I was 6'1" at the time. I'm probably about 6'1", a little under 6'1", because my disc is so fucked up. So I probably lost, a quarter inch or something. But he was friends with my cellmate, and my cellmate told me, I told him what was going to happen. I go, he's going to run out of fucking gas after the second round. He's going to come out with his hands down because he ain't going to be able to keep his hands up for the first round. I go, I'll take a couple of his punches because he's a big guy and that's what he wants to do. He thinks he's going to knock me out. I told him exactly what was going to happen, Pulse. Like, on God, on my kids. You know what I mean? Like, and, oh yeah, he comes walking up. He goes, can I sit? I go, I don't know. Can you? And I go, you happy now? You won the fight. You see what the fuck happened? You would have been better off fighting me in the yard or fucking on the fucking tears or something. You might have had a chance. You know what I mean? Not in the ring. No fucking way. No way. So the second round, I just cut out the ring, got him into the corner, body, head, body. Every time I hit him with a jab, I could just see his hands are so far down. I hit him with a jab, his hands would go up, body. His hands would go down, head. And then he's trying to go down in the corner. All the convicts are going fucking nuts, right? The Rec CO's trying to fucking pull me off. Neil, enough. And I just toss him with one arm. There's other 4 COs, fucking Rec COs down there. There's 500 fucking guys on there, at least over 200, easy fucking convicts, you know what I mean? They're all going nuts, you know what I mean? But we had headgear on and shit. They were 3-minute rounds, you know what I mean? I didn't do nothing cheap. He was trying to go down in the corner, and I just kept hitting him up because I go, not so fast. And I was holding him, holding with the other hand, boom, with uppercuts. I'm like, you're not going down. You're going to fucking suffer. And he comes up, can I sit? He goes, man, do you hit hard? I go, well, you see me hitting the bag every fucking night after I fucking lift weights. You see me in the bag for half an hour. Like, what the fuck made you think you could beat me in a fight, dude? Like, in the ring. Or, like, you know what I mean? He would have probably been worse off in a real fight in the yard or anywhere else. You know what I mean? Because I would have fucking stuck my fucking index finger in his eyeball soup. Cool. Yeah, that's I heard a lot of people. Also, I never paid for weed, Pulse, like since 83. The last 2, I just renewed my second year of legal. Probably get it for, I got 3 ounces, legally at a dispenser. I got 3 ounces of killer for like, I don't know, 420 or something. So it's like 125 an ounce or something because I had a bunch of loyalty points or whatever. But, I was getting pounds for, I don't know, 1,800, between 18 and 22, a kush, you know what I mean? On the black market and shit, 100, 200, 150 an ounce, you know what I mean? Of really good kush, you know what I mean? But dispensaries are slacking too, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want your dispensary being, you don't want to, like, what's it called? They preach loyalty, Pulse. They have no fucking clue what loyalty is. They're all greedy. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's basically a license to steal. But here, costs $600,000-$800,000 for a license, each license. And a politician bought fucking 4 or 6 of them. That's just the way it is here, brother. You know, you ever see a prison riot? Yeah, I was in one, bro. Whites versus the blacks, but I wasn't involved. Like, we were down the gym. They used to lock us in the gym by ourselves in another prison, right? It was like built in the 1800s. They lock you in. So we weren't even involved with the fucking thing because we were locked in the fucking in the weight room. There was shit going on outside the weight room, outside the gates. Well, white guys and black guys and Latin kings. And the black guys and Latin kings that we were with in the gym were all shot callers for their people. And we were all shot callers for our people. You know what I mean? The ones that were in the gym, that had the balls to go in the gym, were all cops or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So that's the first time I did angel dust was in that fucking gym. I felt like I was fucking walking on the moon. I was doing, I don't know, 4:30 or 4:50 or something like that. Fucking easy. When I was just doing 4:05 or something like that, 3 or 5 times. You know, 225, 20, 30 times. That was just without dust. You know, with dust, talk about energy and fucking strength. It's like that mental retard strength. You know, that a retarded, not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't know, like people with fucking disabilities, and I'm disabled, but I'm not, I'm crazy if I need to be. That mental strength that people get, like my brother gets it. He's the nicest kid in the world. He's like 7 years younger than me, 6 years younger than me. Him and my sister are twins. Different father, same mother. Their father died. So I grew up without my father, and their father died when my mother was 4 or 5 or 6 months pregnant with them. He owned a hotel, diner out front of it. He used to bring me in his Cadillacs, out on his boat, fishing for flounder. Good guy, you know what I mean? I say that to my little brother all the time, Paul. He's been doing that shit for 21, 22, 23 years. And I tell him all the time, I lost a lot tougher people than you, my young brother, you know what I mean? He thinks, just like I was the same way. But with pills, you know what you can handle, you know what I mean? People always talk because I did 5 Xanny bars and fucking 380s and fucking 7 fucking 30s or 10 fucking 30 oxycodones all in one pile and do it fucking 7, 8 times a day. I do it and I'd be flying. I wouldn't be fucking down. I'd be up. I had to work for 10 more years. I got a son going to college next year. This is last year, right? Well, this year is his junior year. He's been playing senior ball this whole year. This whole prior year, he's been playing senior. But my daughter, she went UMass JFK, Dean's List, 3rd month there. She just moved out of here with her fiance about a couple weeks ago. So, we always kept her room up there, you know what I mean? My daughter, she'll be 28, bro, you know what I mean? So I'm only 51, bro. I had kids young, you know what I mean? But, they're good kids. They're so good. It's scary, you know what I mean? It's not scary, but I raised them not in the hood I grew up in, outside the hood, but they went to the same school me and their mother went to. So they grew up with thick skin and like a lot of friends, you know what I mean? And learn to socialize and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So no one ever fuck with my kids anyways, not that I know of, you know what I mean? My wife wouldn't tell me anyways, or no one would tell me. My friends would back in those days. But my son's last day in junior high, Pulse, he won the Culture Kindness Award. Now, I got kicked out in 8th grade in this junior high. I got kicked out in 8th grade, all right? My kids, high honors, honor society, and my son got the Culture Kindness Award 3 years ago when he was going to high school, his last day there in 8th grade. So I'm sitting there in the front row like, Jesus, I got kicked out of here in 8th grade. They had every right to kick me out, right? And I'm crying tears of joy because I already see my daughter do all this good stuff, right, in school, even in college, right? And I see my son, and the teachers said, he'd put himself in bad positions, with his friends and all other people. He didn't care, just to do the right thing. He would get in between people and stop people from fighting. And so Culture Kindness Award is, it all starts at home. So where do you learn that from? You learn from your parents, right? I always told my kids, listen, there's shitbags in every color. There's shitbags in. They never asked me. I just told them, be a leader, not a follower. Never take shit from nobody. Take shit from me and your mother. That's it. Don't take shit from nobody. But I guess they're just better versions of their mother. Is a really good person. Like it takes a good woman to control a good man. You know what I mean? I was always a good man, Pulse, but I was a wild act on impulse. I always evaluate every situation. I've been with her since '92, but I knew her growing up our whole life, basically our whole life. I used to pinch her ass in between 6th and 7th grade classes. Like, that's how ironic life is, you know what I mean? But she was a grade ahead of me, you know what I mean? That's weird how life works. This is what I think of, Pulse, when I'm listening to this shit, bro. This is what I'm thinking. Wow. Prison riot, yeah. So they locked us in. Just to answer that first, Pulse, because I'm not gonna. What's it called? You're a friend, Pulse, so I'll go out of the way and talk to you, brother. If it was something I didn't know, I'd just keep playing, but I will play in a couple seconds. Yeah, this just brings me back to the '80s. 1980, I think I was my first year in junior high, middle school, they called it. You were supposed to go in 7th grade, right? They turned it into 6th grade, Proposition 2.5. Remember 1980? I don't know if you remember that, Pulse. But the prison riot, even though we were all locked in the fucking in the weight room, right? There's no way we could have got out there because there's no cops there, right? Just because it happened right outside in an alley that walked upside to the old yard, and then you go through a big fucking steel door, you go through another yard, and then into another yard, into another yard. That's how old it was, you know what I mean? And they put us in our cells, they were single cells, and they had us in there for like a week or two to do an investigation. The IPS and a perimeter security. They're not like regular COs, they're like the feds, you know what I mean? And I'm like, listen, I get along with everybody, and yeah, it doesn't matter color, but yeah, I hang with my own, but still, I still talk to fucking Black Americans. I still talk to Latin Americans, Latin Kings. I talk to the gangbangers. I talk to all these fucking guys. You know what I mean? We all get along good. It might have been one or two guys that fucking ruined it for all of us. I don't even know who the fuck it was. I don't even remember. Actually, I don't even remember. I don't even think it ever got resolved. But yeah, they had fucking the riot gear on, fucking smoke, fucking gas guns, fucking everything, just to show a thing of force. You know what I mean? But I wasn't sweating it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not much racial shit that goes on in prison here, bro. It's not as bad as, prison ain't what people think it is. It's not in the movies. It's not on TV, any of that shit. You know what I mean? Anyone that lets cameras into their prison, it's a privately owned prison. And you know what I mean? They're not doing too good of a job there. You know what I mean? Well, you got to hire people to go in as inmates and be fucking snitches. You can't be doing that good. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that good. You can't be running a fucking joint that good. You know what I mean? We both know, Pulse, there's rats everywhere. That's why I was in prison, because of fucking rats. But the first person who put me in there, it's kind of my own fault, so I couldn't blame him. He actually came to my house that morning at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and I seen his face white when he was telling me. I had to respect him just for telling me that he had to tell on me, because they're putting the screws to him. He wasn't like that type of guy. He was a felon like me. You know what I mean? It was a wild guy. He would sit there and watch us all fight. In big fights, he just sit there and laugh because he knew what the outcome was going to be. There were so many of us. You know what I mean? We had him. He was old enough to buy for us. He was old enough. He had his own car, Cutlass Supreme, drive us to fucking concerts. We're all teenagers. You know what I mean? I was the youngest one, but we had guys like that would never fight, but they'd always go get our beers and drink with us. And, they were just good people. He died too, Paul Rooney, God bless his soul. Voodoo, that was his nickname. Like Charlie X, he's still alive. He moved down. He's an older guy, right? He'd bring us in his van to concerts. We'd have to go to Rhode Island, fucking Worcester Central, Rhode Island Civic Center, like all these little clubs. I see Megadeth at the living room in a small little club. I seen Slayer at the Chandler in a small little club. I seen Metal Church, Anthrax. Jesus, so many bands in small little fucking places. In the 80s, that's where you seen them. Because on their first albums, they were doing like little places. You know what I mean? Little clubs. It's really fucking the best place to see them, right? Then you start that. Then the album blows up. Like Peace Sells blew up compared to Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, even though it's a great fucking album. Peace Sells was at do. It's like one of the first thrash fucking videos on MTV. Peace Sells. That wasn't my favorite fucking song at all. It was just a very catchy, good song. But Wake Up Dead video was insane. When I seen that video, I'm like, Dave Mustaine's insane. And then we couldn't Google shit. We had to read shit, magazines, and read and ask people. And you know what I mean? And Dave Mustaine was Metallica's lead guitarist. You know what I mean? He used to get drunk and, start shit with the band members and shit. So, and it's funny how life works like that. I always say it, post life, history always repeats itself. So his original drummer and bassist, drummer and rhythm guitarist / lead guitarist, Chris Poland and Gus Samuelson, rest in peace, Gus Samuelson, they were rhythm and blues musicians. He hired them, and they all had heroin problems like Dave Ellison, the bassist. That was with Dave for almost every album. You know what I mean? I think he got caught fucking fucking a sex tape with a fucking 18, 19-year-old or something like that. I don't fucking know. I guarantee it was consensual, you know what I mean? Because the girl wasn't like pressing charges. She was just like bragging probably or whatever. But what Dave said is that they would always keep enough heroin for themselves so they wouldn't be sick enough and they wouldn't go too crazy. And Chris Poland, who's sober for years now, I've seen like interviews with him, really good guitarist. And God, I don't want to talk about dead people, but this is what Dave says, you know what I mean? And I don't think he's lying. They would hawk guitars and drums and shit. So they're going to another show and they only got their fucking equipment. Then they're going to go rent equipment somewhere or go buy it at a fucking pawn shop or something. You know what I mean? So he just got sick of that shit. You know what I mean? Dave Mustaine is, all right, let me, I'm going to read your last three, and then I'm going to go into Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. Wish I had a Wii license. You could get one, Pulse. What do you mean? Pulse, talk to me on Discord, private, all right, bro? I sent you a request. I'm not really good on Discord, but I talked to Jay private, I talked to Ken private, I talked to Kiwi private, I talked to Dougie private, I talked to Deacon private, I talked to Van Shipman private, I talked to a lot of people private. You know what I mean? But last week was fucked up. Like I picked the co-main and the main event. Pulse, like both of those are the main fights, right? Both 2-0, right? I was like fucking. I was like 500 the last 2 weeks because the judges. It's all damage. What the damage is done, and that's how you win. It's not getting someone down or a takedown. Yeah, that counts as something. But if you're not fucking doing damage, body control, yeah, that's something. Okay, that definitely counts as something. But that's why they stepped the girls up last week, because that girl was wrestling. She was trying to choke her but couldn't. Right. Even with the body, what the legs around, Valentina was just hitting her like this. Clean shots. And people are forgetting this. I'm like, she's doing the damage and staying out of a fucking choke. That's why they stood her up, because she wasn't trying to, turn or set up other traps or set up fucking other fucking, you know what I mean? So that's why they stood him up. It was the right thing to fucking do. I listened to John McCarthy. He made the rules, you know what I mean? Him and some other fucking people, almost like the Constitution, our amendments, Second Amendment and all, the Constitution, that was written by 15, 20 rational people. They agreed to disagree, you know what I mean? Same idea with the UFC rules, and they change them every fucking year, you know what I mean? Well, let me ask you something. You kick someone in the head, you can knee someone, like this, right? Right? You could elbows, right, like this. When you got the guy head right there on the ground, right? You do this, but you can't do 12 to 6. In PFL, you can't use your elbows, right? What the fuck? It's 8 limbs. Use everything. Use everything. Hey, Yeri's a savage, huh? I mean, Glover's as tough as they come. Come on, Glover. Glover was hitting that guy with left hooks from fucking hell. That guy was just, remember I always talk about Pulse, the refuse to lose attitude? That's what Yeri has. And Glover, he has nothing to be ashamed of. That guy's a class fucking act. Both of them are class act. Yeri's, look at these. We got Charles Glover, such a graceful champion. You got fucking Yeri now, a graceful champion. You know, it's like unbelievable. We got so much talent, Pulse, man. It's like, it's hard to keep up with all this talent. Hey, this week's fights ain't bad. There's some good fights. Then next week in England or something, right? We got a good summer. All right, I'm going to read your last ones here. We'll talk about the license. Dude, you get a license easy, bro. If I get a license, you get a license. I'll tell you how to do it, dude. They do it right on FaceTime, dude. Or you just got to send a fucking thing to their computer and you send the money and they send you a license. We got top Pulse. You don't got to say where you live. I think you live in Texas, I'm pretty sure. Or you live west, I'm pretty sure. But I'll tell you how to do it, bro. Don't worry about it. And come on, weed's the best thing for you, bro. It's the whole plan is medical, bro. You think Cain Velasquez is a shot caller in there? No, I'll tell you one thing. Well, definitely no one's gonna fuck with him, dude. Here's the deal, and I can say this because this is what gangbangers said to me down the hall, and Latin Kings, and I'm talking about serious dudes, right? They always said, this is what they always said, Bobby. This is what they used to call it, Bobby. You know what's scary? I go, what? Because they see I was fearless. They go, do you fear anything? I'm like, yeah, I fear my wife. This is my second statement. I said this. I go, I fear my woman, and I fear God, probably. You know what I mean? Not much more. And I asked them, don't answer a question or ask a question with a question, right? You don't answer a question with a question. So I didn't. I answered their question. But they weren't being fucking punky. They were just being honest, And I said, what scares you guys? And they said, God, because they're very Catholic like me, you know what I mean? Or religious, you know what I mean? They all have crosses and everything. And the brothers, you know what I mean? My brothers, Castlegate, fucking Orchard Park, these are all right, not too far from here, 7 miles away. They said, crazy white boys and dogs. Real white boys like you, Bobby. That's what fucking, not afraid, but, that's who they don't underestimate, you know what I mean? That's why, like, when white people make like us white people up here from the city and down there in the cities, they make us look bad. You know what I mean? They're stupid. You know what I mean? I can't stand racist pieces of shit. I cannot fucking stand it. Drives me nuts. I mean, like, honestly, what is the color of skin? It doesn't matter. Like I said, those guys down there in the hole, when I was in the hole with those guys, we all stuck together because we all knew we were all solid. We knew we could fucking, we could talk to each other without worrying about fucking rats, right? But we knew there was rats. You know why? They would never fucking let them out when we were out. They let us out all together when they weren't even supposed to. So that's how, yeah, he's fine, dude. Yeah. Dude, they all know about him. Hey, the cops are probably giving him a fucking cell phone, a corner cell, a quiet cell, probably a single. You know what I mean? No one's gonna fuck with him. He'll head kick someone. He'll drop them in 2 seconds. Most people can't fight in prison. They either they're sticking people or I seen people stabbed, and that was over deaths from drugs and shit. You don't fucking cuff fucking drugs and don't pay fucking quadruple the price for them. You know what I mean? I know people who did pay for them, you know what I mean? But I never fucking did. I got weed in county almost every week, bro. And when I was like waiting trial and shit, but I get out on bail every month or two. My mother and my stepfather will get me out. They wanted me to dry out from the booze and shit, and because I was a fucking raging lunatic, you know what I mean? But that was during the armed robberies and the fucking assault batteries with a dangerous weapon, shot foot, all that bullshit, you know? This stupid bullshit. And then the second one was selling coke to Navy intelligence 2 times, 2 nights in a row, a 16th each night. All right, Metallica, Ride the Lightning, cocksuckers! I know this sounds like it's not much, but wait. Yo, this song, Pulse. This is the first Metallica song I ever heard. And I was like, I went and bought Silver Skulls, rings. Back then I was rocking concert shirts all the time and leather jackets and Levi jackets and permanent survivors and fucking guys. And then, you know, then another thing, I'm wearing polos and fucking thin hats and fucking, you know, always switch up and stuff. Hustling. Yeah, you know, like. That's how fast this thing goes. Yeah, I know it is a little before the time. Well, I was born in 71, so I was like around, like a 12, 30, you know, I was like, sports with it, you know. Yeah, but Saturday sound, here to kill them all. You're so tired. I'll tell you something. Time is making you strong and burning fast. And it's here, like set in the past. He'll write lyrics like this back in the 70s. Songs from chemical warfare, all kinds of things. It kind of sounds like a little, like pull the belts a little bit. It's not fast. That came up in the top corner, straight out of Kingsway Park. That's all I want. Go back on my regular videos. Just see about that park right here. Got below 4:30, 5:30 morning doing push-ups, you know? Before anyone sees it up. Always one step ahead. That's where you'll look at it. Let's see. I'm gonna cause you like From the Bells Toll. I wasn't gonna play that song, but I'm gonna play it for you, Pulse, because you're here. I'm gonna play it for you, brother. This might be Ride the Lightning though, so you know that's right after Ride the Lightning. I'm gonna play Trapped Under Ice, Escape, which are wicked, very underrated tracks. Call of Cthulhu, like just insane musicians. Lazo might not be the best drummer in speed metal, but he keeps fucking time perfectly. You know what I mean? He's a professional. He's not he's all fucked up on the drugs, nothing. He always kept that band, him and James, kept it in line, even though James was messed up a little bit here and there, like we all have been, you know, being in our lives. Doesn't make you a bad guy, you know. All right, here we go. I think this is Ride the Lightning, people. Pulse. And people keep jumping in and out. Pulse, so many haters out there, bro. Bro? Like, people, they don't want to be schooled. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to I'm trying to, like, give people real fucking music to listen to because, I don't know, man. I don't think this music will ever be duplicated. There ain't enough struggle. This shit, they couldn't download it. You know what I mean? You had to go and prove yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you had to be really fucking good. You had to be really good. Here we go.
Right there on the album. Ride the Lightning is the title track. This is where people will be flashed with these changes.
Someone help me, please God help me. They're trying to take it all away. I don't want to
Here's a ballad for you right here. This sounds got a lot of those. What you talking about? I mean, Emmett was really good. You know what I mean? He gave us names. Jeff Emmett is the best. He's the best. The rest guy is the best. Game of Fame. Yeah, no doubt about it. But very, very good. But I guess it was less sympathetic, you know, alright. You want to change over something, you know, rhythm and blues. Well, nothing wrong with younger generation. Either out there or what they did, but go back in your first album. Don't be a can't become a black album, you know what I mean? Oh, just not. And get a rhythm behind the back of it. The buzz of the bass. That's my buzz. And that used to kill me. got the crash and the headbanging every song. I got kicked out of Slayer 3 times in a row. The last song, Rain of Blood, every single time. Fights. Or do anything else. Right here, man.
Someone help me, oh please God help me. They're trying to take it all away. I don't want to die.
The song's coming up.
You're like,
Time moving slow, the minutes seem like hours. The final curtain call I see. How true is this? Just get it over with. If this is true, just let it be. Waiting in my heart's flame. Free from this mighty dream. Flash before my eyes. Now it's time to die. Burning in my brain, I can feel the flame.
lost me on Facebook. Fuck. I hear you there, bro. You're right. That's all I listen to was old shit. Not all of them suck, but most. You're right.
I agree, Pulse, with you 1,000,000%, bro. If I agree, I agree. I'm not. Come on, dude. You know me. I ain't scared. I know you ain't scared either. You speak your mind. That's why I like you, brother. Because you ain't scared to speak your mind. No, a real man speaks his mind. And anyone can fucking be a tough guy behind the fucking keyboard. You don't act like that, bro. Jack, I was trying to fucking speak up there. You're trying to help that kid, you know? And that's no fucking cool. You gotta respect the elders unless they give you a reason not to. He's always going at it with Doug. I told Doug, please, just give him a chance. If he doesn't control you, he goes, yeah, but I'll give him a chance and then he will. He was right. He was right. Try to help that. It's one of the counts. You don't even know how to make one. It's hard to make one. All this shit. It's hard to make one. I gotta learn. I'm learning. 20 years old, so I got kicked out in 8th grade. I was making more money than my teachers were in one day. So, Friday, I went to work full time. I walked from work to home, right, about a mile. I walked out the park, stayed there for a little while, then walked through the quarter, and right off the ball fell. I get about 10, 20 minutes of field from the walk through. We did some crazy stuff. Golden out there. Get ready to go on real estate. There is nothing more for me. Need the air to set me free. This kind of thing, I want a house right there. Oh, yeah, put it on the screen, brother. We're gonna hook you up. Get out your,
Go into this spot, you get that. Keep my numbers on the about part of my channel. You know, all that shit, but I'll leave this part. No reason people to go without me. Keep blowing it every year, bro. One more year on my son, and then I'll start going again.
Can't stand this fear I feel. Emptiness is filling me to the point of agony. Growing darkness taking dawn. I was me, but now he's gone.
It's the best part of the song, huh? This is the 84, 86. The day 86 came out, that's from Muppets. And this is the early 80s. They do live anyway, change it up. All these songs are put up live. The same musically, but lyrically different. Not the lyrics, but the end of the lyrics, so that ad-libs and shit, okay. You should put a piece of tape on it, white or a black one, or a white one, not too big. Piece of tape, right on more air. You write off like wait. Fuck shit. No fucking stuff. Come on, bro. Like Sepultura, bro. From the show. What was in a single light? Start getting the last one out. BBC Dead Brain Cells, really good fucking. That's the man, that's the unbelievable bands out there, bro. So good. That's it. Yeah, right. SOD, OD. Smoked a good with Money from Motorhead. The guitar Slayer, and ended up moving a joint with him. I didn't know it was him. He goes, "You gonna smoke that joint with me, mate?" I'm like, I asked him, God bless his soul, I asked him why, how come Motorhead backs up all these bands and they all love you guys fucking when they were fucking, you know, when they were inspired by you guys and you guys are backing them up? He said, we haven't made an album in a while. He said, we're making money. So they're giving us respect. I go, yeah, well, that makes sense. But yeah, new music does suck. That was for you, Pulse, that track. I love that song. Obviously, it's an epic track. But at the same time, it's a little played out, you know what I mean? But I haven't heard it in so long. I want to hook people up with like 2 more songs on this album. We'll listen to Call of Cthulhu, and we'll call Trapped on the Ice and Escape.
Escape's a really underrated track. Trapped on the Ice is a very underrated track. No one ever hears those songs. You don't hear Fight Fire with Fire. You don't hear Call of Cthulhu. You don't hear like Damage Incorporated, the thing that should not be. Like Kill 'Em All album, Dave Mustaine wrote Jump in the Fire. He wrote Four Horsemen, which he called Mechanics on his first album. He called the song Mechanics. Jump in the Fire. Phantom Lord, I think he wrote on Kill 'Em All. Jump in the Fire, Phantom Lord, Four Horsemen, and I think he wrote one more. But I guess they had a deal or something on those songs. I think he got like 20% royalties or something, or 50. I don't know. They settled it. It did jam. No, that song's a great song. No, it's just one I can't listen to every day. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've heard it so many times. Like I need like really fast or really hardcore rap, like with nasty beats. You know what I mean? Like sinister beats to get me going, like training or any business venture I'm into right now. Like I gotta get my mindset like no one's beating me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like you can't outthink me. You can't out fucking. My will is too great. My self-respect and my discipline and I don't know. I guess I could read into someone's eyes just by looking into their eye. Like you know, Jesus says about, you know, you can see the weakness of a man right through his iris. He's very fucking, the eyes don't lie. I can see fear in people's eyes. Many times I've seen it. Like guys that start fights and then you get in their face and right away you know because they ain't doing nothing, they're not a real motherfucker because you never let someone get in your face. There's a 2-foot rule with me. If someone's like hostility and gets in my face, I either gonna say, all right, throw the first punch, dude, and I'll get my stance because I'll go to jail even being disabled with my head injury, you know, my hands, and I got so many violent, you know, fucking assault bodies. Young though, bro, you know what I mean? But I got good lawyers and I got lawyers that were my lawyers and probation officers and lawyers that were my lawyers that are now judges that helped me out a lot. Like, you know, they fucking helped me out a lot. Like I was very lucky with those lawyers, you know what I mean? Because I got the smallest state bid you could get. And I didn't have to sell my fucking soul. It's because I was so young, I think. And not only that, I was a product of my environment. They knew it, you know. Like I guess, you know, my mother pulled that shit on me and the tough love shit, you know, like so the system was involved with us, you know what I mean? So that's never good, you know what I mean? All right, this track right here, people, you think you know Metallica? If you don't know these albums, you don't know shit about Metallica. But this is real Metallica. It's the original Metallica. But let's see this book. Let's see Prestige, not the Have you hear this song like ever? Anybody? Let me ask you. Give me another fucking epic track. What album?
was playing this shit in these other than Teen Streets and 1980, you know what I mean? Real great bands, but not fast, not aggressive, fucking trash, you know what I mean? Just ripped jeans or fucking ripped t-shirt, no bullshit, no shit, I'm looking at it, I'm real pretty, that way fucking making up my music. So when it's not, I was super cool. See it? Hold up, I never played. Boy, we played twice, we played front row with the machine. So back on the cocaine, fucking U-Tag, that's one. Where the fucking roof was it? I was going to you, my share is. Fuck out, burn, ready to watch, you know, a little bit away, like, see everything I can get it. Now we caught the RZA. RZA jumped on us and pulled us. Then I see him like, I don't know, that was in 97. We came from before. Then I see him on, I see him in 2002 or something. Shit. It's called Escape. I don't think anyone's probably ever heard this song. Post. Let me know if you heard this song. I don't know. That could change it today. I'll be my life. God is real. That's listen. You don't pay, but my life ain't easy. I know I'm my best friend. No one cares, but I'm so much stronger. I'm fighting till the end. To escape from the truth. I was watching Kata fight yesterday. I always watch local boys, you know, up there. That's not wrong. Get better. Guy Keegan thought he was gonna walk right through him. No way. The part on this song, really good, really heavy fucking part. That's why I love, like, now, every song is good. It's not like one good song on the album, two good songs, every song is good. Even the first album, we're not getting negative like that. Fucking all the all the rap. You know, good rap one day. Last one day, hard rock, hard Paul's here, Paul. You ready, Paul, sorry? You ready? Right, Paul. Say, you ready? I'll just send you beats. You'll already be in chorus. First, starting on the stuff to your birth. I'll fix stuff and shit. I'm just gonna let you hear you rattle it on it. I was serious when I said that. Oh, you heard the song before? Oh, the one before? Oh, this one. Now, a lot of people don't talk about these tracks. Now we're going to Master of Puppets. Find the light and carry the record down for all you so-called Metallica out there that weren't lucky enough to go on the show. What concerts are fucking just come out like every album you fucking home tours for it. Yeah, just really good. You know, I wouldn't be playing garbage music. I'm not that type of man. I'm just not gonna do it to anybody. I can't do it. I can't, bro. Pulse, thanks for checking this out, bro. I'm gonna do like 4 more. Oh shit! I think I still got 1 more. You know, I watched. You know, with a damn fucking big towel, whatever. They say use fucking hand cleaner or whatever for your phones and shit. I just think a little dampness with clean water, you know, but a little damp, and that's it, on a little pile of paper towel, and the rest dry. So you can just get, you know, whatever. Say it, don't spray, it happens, or whatever the fuck, you know, but I don't know if anyone has any fucking ideas out there. Give me an idea what cleans computers and phones the right way. I don't really Google much, you know what I mean? I'll read fucking a book about something, or I'll watch a video on something before I fucking Google something. Well, actually, that's what happens when you Google something, right? You get a video on certain things, right? What tech you do. That's how I learned tech, just like by tech heads, watching them. So salute to the tech heads out there and the creators, because you inspired me to do a lot. Okay, here we go. You know Master of Puppets well, my friend? How good do you know Master of Puppets, my friend? Pulse, because I know your favorite song. It's a good song, no doubt, but like I like it too. It's one of my favorite. Dude, that was my first album I ever heard, dude. So like that's probably was one of my favorite songs, you know, for a long time, you know. It's up there. It's an epic track. It really is. Wow, this is a fucking, you know what? I think I can get through like most of the album right here. All right, so here's a significant thing, people. I say I know my music. You can ask me any question, I'll fucking answer it. But here's the deal, right? You ask me anything you want, people. But here's the deal, and especially people that watch this later. Every album, if you really think about it, right? The first 3 and 4, every first song is really fast, right? You got Fight Fire with Fire, Right On, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, you got Battery. Battery, yeah, Battery, right? And then Injustice for All. What the fuck is the first song? It's really fast. I can't believe I'm shooting a blank on fucking Injustice for All, because honestly, it's these 3 albums. But Fight Fire with Fire is really fast. Starts out slow with an acoustic guitar, or no fucking amps on, no distortion. They can play it like that too. But the beginning. But Battery and what the fuck is that's bothering me. Hold on. I gotta look this up real quick. It's right there, right in front of me. A battery. Battery means family on that track. Cannot kill the family. Battery is family. Battery. What the fuck is So Far So Good So What is Megadeth's 3rd album. I seen that tour. Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good is their 1st album. Pete Salzman Who's Buying is their 2nd album. Megadeth, okay, the original lead guitarist for Metallica. He's a fucking
guitar whiz, and he never actually was going to sing in Megadeth. The band members say, "Hey, why don't you don't have to sing, just fucking scream it or yell it." And he just kind of spoke it. He just had a good voice for it, but because his guitar's so good, Dave Mustaine is really, really. You got to see these bands live, people, right in front of them, or even sitting up on the balcony front row. Well, the second time I seen Wu-Tang Pulse, the funny thing is when you go to a rap concerts, before I was doing shows myself with my 2 albums, you never seen a lot of like, you didn't see a lot of fucking Black Americans, or it was all white people. I'm like, what the fuck? I always knew 70, 60% at least white people bought the music, I think I'm accurate there, I'm pretty accurate. All the city white kids, you know what I mean? And even fucking kids that grew up in the suburbs, they think they're gangsters and the fathers sing from it, you know what I mean? Because in real life, when you see them walk into prison or juvie, you can tell they're scared to death. You know what I mean? You can't go in there scared. Like, if you have to go, it's nothing. You know what I mean? Just fucking first person that says something stupid here, set precedents. It's very simple. I can't believe Injustice for All. I cannot believe Blackened. Blackened is a really fast song. The first song on Injustice for All album. That was the first album without Cliff Burton. It was right. Cliff Burton died in the tour bus. The tour bus, I guess, hit black ice and it threw the fucking bunk beds, and Cliff got crushed underneath the bus. And James asked the fucking driver, "Where's the black ice?" He walked back 5-7 miles, like panic. They were all fucking so close, all of them, you know what I mean? And Cliff was the brains and of the band. It actually was Laz and James, but Cliff was a 10 times better musician, and they'll admit that to this day. And they learned a lot from Cliff. Cliff was like that guy behind the scenes that made sure all the albums were fucking Metallica, you know what I mean? Jason Newsted on that album did very well live. I think he handled himself very well. He put up with a lot of shit from the band members, probably not as much from Kirk, but when you lose a dear friend and you guys are torn all over the place. Now, they wanted to kill the bus driver. I don't know what ever happened to that bus driver. Anyone knows what happened to that fucking bus driver out there? I did, Jim. New music sucks. I agree. Most of it. There's some good ones. I have, my aunt took me to my first concert. Janet Jackson. Yeah, my sister went to that. My stepfather, that's how I used to get a lot of my tickets. He used to sell tickets. So when some friends couldn't go to a concert on like a Tuesday night or Thursday night or a Friday or whatever, right? He'd say, "Hey, Robbie, you want to go?" He knew I love music, and it's hard for me to say no to $100 or $200 front row for Yes, like an incredible band like Yes, how good they are instrumentally. You know what I mean? Just to go watch how like these epic bands that made a lot of fucking money, you know what I mean? Genesis, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, I went to see because of him. Jethro Tull, that was my first show I ever seen was Jethro Tull, you know what I mean? Emerson, Lake and Powell, like bands I would have never went to, you know what I mean? If I would never went paid to see. I went to see Motley Crue on the, now I don't like Mott, I like Mott, the first 2 albums, Shout the Devil. I went and seen him on the Shout the Devil tour in 6th grade, backing up Ozzy Osbourne at the old Boston Garden. And 4 of my dear friends are sitting right behind me and my stepfather. My stepfather got deported to Italy 13, 14 years ago. I got his charges dropped through INS. This is true story. Everyone knows this to be true. You got connections in it. They did it because they like my stepfather, Claudia. They know that he's not a fucking harm to anybody but himself. You know what I mean? He's a really nice person, so he's not like a stepfather to me. He was always like a dear friend to me and a family member because, he had my back. I had his. But we were totally two different people, you know what I mean? And then when he tried to act like a tough guy and shit, when he was on jobs with me, on tunnel jobs, he would try to act like me. I was over there to actually solve problems for the fucking business manager of our union because people would try to work harder and faster for the company, and it would make the other shifts look bad, the other two shifts. So they're all doing 100 feet, on a shift, and other shifts are trying to be superheroes and do super fucking labor, super sandhogs, and do fucking 140, 150 feet. So the company's gonna expect that every night. They don't realize you're going through solid granite, even with a tunnel boring machine that's not like a mini city, going through it with big cutter blades, like 500-pound cutter blades that big, fucking 50 of them, 60, 75 of them on the fucking front, turning like this and cutting the fucking solid granite, 500 feet on the ground. Tunnel boring machines. So you got one going one way, one going the other way, and so yeah, I would have to go to jobs and like walk with the shift boss for that fucking crew and say, hey, listen, this is a 50 yard, this ain't a 50 yard dash, this is a marathon. I don't care what the fucking company's promising you. You're a union fucking worker. You're not, doing anything for them. We work, we get the job done. We're not slacking. We just want this to last an extra year or two. Like, what do you want to hurry up to the unemployment line? Because, hey, $800 a week is really good. We collect the max, right? You're bringing home I was grossing 2,800 for 47 and a half hours because I get an hour and a half overtime every day. So it would be 47 and a half hours for 5 days on most jobs. And you bring home like 1,500 after taxes. But when I work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for a year straight at a power plant job, watching another business manager's son because he was getting death threats. So I had to go there and watch, keep an eye on him, make sure no one hurt him. Like, these are things I had to do for fucking, unions. I already did my time for this shit, so I'm not, this is a long time ago too. But these guys all claim to be tough guys and bad boys, right? That are running the unions right now. How come they weren't called to take care of these problems? The guy that's running 133 right now, the guy that's running 88 right now. How come they weren't called to fix problems? You know why? Because they were scared to do it. They were scared to do it. They weren't men. They were scared to death. STD scared to death. They were cowards, and they still are cowards. They're lucky I'm not a bad guy no more. They're lucky I'm not there at 4 in the morning waiting for them to come in there. You know what I mean? Like I used to, like I would have back in the days. I'm so grateful I seen the light. You know what I mean? Like I just smart the fuck up. I'm not paying $50,000 for a fucking lawyer again. You know what I mean? Unless I'm fucking, I know the law. I should be a lawyer, to be honest with you. I know a lot that good. All right, more music. Fuck that shit. All right, guys, this is Master of Puppets. This is the last album I'm going through today, people. I'm giving you 3 epic albums. Pulse can verify this for me. This just brings me back to the 80s, people. It really fucking does. Like, I just think of 1980s, Town Hill, Bruce Corner, 390 Granite Street, Bruce Corner, Kincaid Park, all in fucking 1 square mile, almost like Charlestown, almost the same idea. Sultan, West Quincy, one right on the line. There's like a lot of people driving through there, fucking daily, 5 corners, different main streets that go right to the highways both ways, or always go to the highways and go to other main streets and go to the middle of Quincy, the city part where all the buildings are and all the stores and all that shit, the malls and all, just where the shopping district is and City Hall and all that shit, This town, a couple years ago, it's a town, but they have a mayor, so I guess they consider it a city, but it's mostly fucking trees and fucking houses that are far apart from each other. There's one little project, but it's on a pond, and they're not typical projects like in the city. You know what I mean? Like, I think I knew one or 2 tough guys from there. And a friend of mine lived there too, from here, who's a tough kid. But that's why I said to a guy, I go, I never met no gangsters from fucking Wayne, that this ain't no fucking city. I go, you guys got a big fucking town, but it's not a city because it's, I don't know, it's just not a city. But they got a mayor, so I guess it is legally a city. It's a weird pulse. All right, this is the first song. Now, if you think back to the last album, Fight Fire with Fire is the first song on that album. It's very fast after the acoustic part at the beginning. It's really fast, probably the fastest song. This album, I think, it was going to be pretty hard to top Ride the Lightning, and they did. They did better than Ride the Lightning on this. This and Ride the Lightning, epic. If you want to hear like young Metallica finding their way, Kill 'Em All is a great album. Every song is epic. You know what I mean? But these are really, you just see them growing as musicians on these. Ride the Lightning compared to Kill 'Em All. Kill 'Em All to Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning is a big difference from Kill 'Em All, musically, sonically, just the sound, the timing, everything, the changes. Tightness and, you know, one cohesive unit as a band. And this album, you just knew it was special. They were special, you know what I mean? And Clipper had the hollow face of that tattooed on his arm, the Misfits fucking skull, you know, on the album covers or whatever the fuck. All right, but here we go. I think Black and Oh, I'm sorry, people. I don't think we played this yet. Let's see. Definitely strong. He don't need to be a strong caller. He just do whatever the fuck he wants. Plus, you just watch Space Open. So those are some songs. You're training 3,000 nature. You don't want many people to influence because of the lesson. They have your back, you up there now. It's good camaraderie. They can all have it. You're a lot of guys. All the guys that are into. I do a lot of people. Cops will look at them and like, you got to see them. Out of bounds. Funny. Police should be out there helping his daughter figure out what happened to her. It's hard for her, I think, without her father, right? Or his father, whatever. That guy's fucking still at the school and talking with her father. They protected the school. I don't know. I personal was on this fucking walk out, right? See what the perfect judge? I got 100 out the bail for this. Better God, fuck that. Caucasian folks, everyone fucking eat each other because they all want the money. Whoever take money to go there. Set them there. Something. I could get people fucking sell their clothes. Who's family members for that? $100,000. It was $10 million. Go put $5 million in the bank. Give all the interest to all your family members. And they won't have to work. Get the most. I don't know what's
support, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, $3, $4 million stuff. Or whatever, right? You know, that's what I'm talking. Oh yeah, it's kind of that's a motherfucking raw things of the week. That's only gonna do, you know, I have like a drink, that's all, you know, good part, good report, I was getting food, right? I just go like this, and I start that's what I want to do. That's good enough for me. Anything else I get tired, you know?
Let's see. All right, that's okay. Let me see here. You haven't traveled down south. Yeah, so I was gonna say about Janis Jack. My stepfather brought my mother, my sister, and a girl Felicia, who was like a sister to me too. She's been missing for Jesus Christ. Lots of detectives come to talk to me about her boyfriend over my the last tunnel job I was on in fucking South Boston. I said, why can't you meet me somewhere else but you have to come to my job? I mean, I'm already fucking, I just got out of jail for fucking slapping fucking union members around that fucking suck a bunch of business manager. You know, it just doesn't look good. A murder fucking investigator, you come to see me? Like, I would kill for that girl. You know what I mean? If someone fucked with her, you know what I mean? She was with a kid that wasn't from around here, and they didn't stay around here. So whatever happened, I don't know what happened. I wish I knew what happened. I still have faith that she's alive, you know? Maybe she is, maybe she ain't. But she was like a sister to me. But they all went to see Janet Jackson. They went to see Madonna, New Kids on the Rock, New Kids on the Block. That's what my sister and brother liked. I didn't think my brother liked that music, but my sister, my mother, even my stepfather liked that shit, but he was more into rock. And he came to shows with us. Like, he came to see Metallica with us, Megadeth, brought us to see Megadeth. I think I was 15 when I seen Megadeth on Peace Cells. But who's buying it was a little fucking club, the living room in Providence, Rhode Island. Me and two friends and my stepfather. And we just sat near the bar with my stepfather, and we were watching all. You know, I was a skinny fucking, you know, I was tall, thin, running around all the time hustling. So, you know, I didn't have time to grow, but I was growing tall, you know what I mean? But that's when I started lifting and, you know, training behind the school, and I gained muscle really fast. I guess I got it inside my genetics or something. But people would always, when I go away for like 2 weeks or go to juvie for like 3 weeks or a month or whatever the fuck, I come out like 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds all muscle heavier. I just work out like a savage. And I'd sleep good, you know what I mean? I wasn't up all night partying, wake up whenever the fuck I want, go out fucking, don't come home for 2 days. You know what I mean? This is a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's why my mother had to do this with my probation officer and shit. She had to play the tough love shit, but it kind of helped. You know what I mean? It did. It made me see where I was fucking up, you know? And like I said, prison or juvie, anything like that doesn't make you any better. It should make you fucking think twice before you fucking make another mistake, you know what I mean? And I can honestly say, right, there's certain people that belong in prison and they like it and they never had it so good. They get 3 hots in a cot, they get 3 hot meals, they get a place to sleep. they do their thing, you know. They claim product of their environment. I was too. But who the fuck wants someone telling them what to fucking do their whole fucking life, right? That's why, like, the first, after 10 months or 11 months on methadone, I was coming off it every day or every week, whatever the fuck it was, every other day, whatever it was, right? And then I came off it every day, 5 milligrams. I almost slapped this guy at a fucking meeting, a guy that was writing a book. He just did something rude in the fucking, in the group meeting, and to a girl that was there and that was crying. And I told him, well, you fucking pick on someone else, you fucking asshole. Move on to the next fucking person, asshole. And then he said something stupid. I got up. He's an older guy. I go, stand the fuck up so I can slap you in the fucking mouth, because I really want to fucking bash your head in right now. I just want to slap you to humiliate you. And he wouldn't stand up. And so that accelerated the process on the methadone. But you know what, Paul's 5 milligrams a day, I was already coming off it, right? Because I couldn't go somewhere every morning and report somewhere. You know what I mean? I just couldn't do it no more. But it did help, so I wouldn't be sick for the first 8, 9 months or whatever, 10 months or whatever it was. And the 11th month, I think it was, 11th, right before a year. It was a little under a year. I might have even been like 5 days under a year or something like that. Yeah, it was. 130 milligrams, 5 milligrams a day. I came off every single day, 5 milligrams. And I didn't even want to go for the last 3.5 milligrams. My wife made me go. And that's when I started going to the gym that day, back to working out again, training like a savage, because I was off all the opiates after 15 plus years of being prescribed them, all that amount of medicine. The benzos, the opiates, the breakthrough opiates, a lot of pain meds and a lot of benzos. When you have that bad injury like that, bad spine injury like that, there's nothing, that's the only thing they can do for you. And I had to work, and I made I had another kid, we already had a 10-year-old at that time. Then my son was born, she was 10 and a half. So 10 and a half years later, we had a kid. We didn't expect that. That was 2 years after my head injury. So God works, or whoever, right? Got a strange fucking sense of humor. Post and everyone else that's out there listening and watching. So that was Battery Up, Master of Puppets. I don't know why I thought there was fucking more on that one. I thought I put more on that fucking clip, but I guess I fucking didn't. But we will find it. We will find it. We will build it. Let me see. Open up. Oh, shit. What's going on? Oh, this is a great track. Anybody knows Sanitarium? This is one of my favorite tracks. Sorry, people, for the little. Yeah, my after this track, I'll tell you about down south, bro. I got a lot of friends down. I've been to Florida for a lot of there. Disney World. I got my first cousin, my aunt, that's where from here. My first cousin, they lived here for like 3 years. They went to school. They were ahead of me, older. I love my cousins. I live in South Carolina. My other cousin lives in North Carolina. My cousin older than me, 2 years older than me. He lives down in South Carolina. He's a biker. From Pittsburgh. Came from here. Born in Pittsburgh. And my other cousin, his sister lives in Pittsburgh. I got a lot of friends on South. A lot of friends. I got friends in Georgia right now. I got friends in Florida.
Do the same thing every night. I see our freedom in my sight. No locked doors, no windows barred, no things to make my brain seem scarred. Sleep, my friend, and you will see. Dream is my reality. They keep me locked up in this cage. Can't they see it's why my brain says rage? Sanitarium.
There's real Metallica. Yeah, Metallica. Metallica, Alcoholica. Where it was the 80s. Have fun while you're young, you know, get away from it. Don't get in trouble. Don't be a cowboy. Don't be fearless.
Out there cannot breathe the forbidden air. Whisper things into my brain, assuring me that I'm insane. They think our heads are in their hands.
It's a sativa pulse and I wish I could have some fucking somebody. So 5-10 years so far to be able to do that. See, this is like a dark one, so that's like a sativa.
They see it right, they see it well, but they think this saves us from our
It's like a sativa, you just light up. There's so many names, pulse.
Just leave me alone.
I don't get it. There's people claim that business, man. I don't know, man. Fucking know, man. I never let business go. Never. What's the respect thing? Oh yeah, you take that one up with the next one, you know what I mean? Something like that, but that's it. I never let someone stick it out something that wasn't. Never. Fucking cannabis.
Living on, even getting restless now. You need the air, got something to do. Mirror stands back high. Kill with such a friendly word seems the only way for reaching out again.
Being said live. He's not getting it. What James is trying to say live here, go up and get it, motherfuckers. I know it takes money to make money, but go to a bank. Like all billionaires. Not billionaires. Banks. I never thought the banks for myself, you know. Like a lot of money. Might be able to make that. You know what I mean? Like skipping that, you know? The bank's gonna be holding the note. The house, you know, the deed, all that shit, you know. There's a lot of shit going to bank policy. But that's not the one thing I'm doing. Power washing business, network, podcast, you know, a lot of guests coming on, you know. I wanna interview rappers. These fucking interview rappers like Flag TV. They're a real fucking white boy fucking you know what I mean? I don't wanna hear that guy always looking for crime and shit. I don't wanna talk about fucking criminal histories and shit. Or people's fucking, you know what I mean? I want to make sure they're not a pedophile, that's it. They tell what they want to tell, that's it. They talk about what they want to talk about. We can have a conversation. You know what I mean? Quote them and say, good for you, I'm glad you fucking stuck with right to that and getting good at it. So I respect all fucking musicians, you know, because I'm a musician. That's why I made 2 albums, so no one can ever say I never did it. No one can ever take that away from me, you know what I mean? And the people that did it with me, you know what I mean? I said, you're talented, Pulse. I see you. I seen you rapping on. I heard you rapping on something you sent one time, and I heard it. I thought you sounded really good, dude. I was like, yeah, I told you to stick with it, whatever you're doing.
You know, I don't know what you want to do, bud, but you should. This is called Disposable Heroes, bud. People, song is very underrated. This is obviously even Sanitarium is talking about soldiers and shit. The album cover is all those crosses. That's where all soldiers are fucking with the tags hanging off the crosses on the albums if you look close enough. But this song, Disposable Heroes, is definitely about veterans and people in our fucking military that die for our freedoms, people. They take their orders and they go and they risk their lives. It's always a 50-50 chance, or probably 75-25% chance of coming back, 80% because they're so well trained. They got such great fucking artillery to use, you know. So, you know, our soldiers are trained very fucking well, trust me, and special ops ones and Marines and Navy SEALs and Army Rangers. And then you got the Air Force, then you bring the Marines in the next day, and then you get the Navy from far away in every fucking ocean, every continent. Yeah, China got a bigger fucking Navy, right? That's what people say. But we got Navy all across the world. They don't have no allies. We do. That's the problem with China. We're their fucking ally. We help China. We help them rebuild their country. That's why I like Chinese. I love Chinese people. I love fucking Asian people. I love fucking Russian people. I love Ukraine people. I can't stand their governments. That's all. I can't even stand my fucking government sometimes, you know, but we do live in the freest country in the world, so I'm grateful, you know what I mean? I'm grateful just to be born in this country. I don't give a fuck who's fucking president. Like, that doesn't fucking matter in my life. It really fucking don't. And it shouldn't matter in anyone's life out there. I see people fight over that shit. It's ridiculous. You fight over who the fucking president is. You know how fucking immature and lame that is, people? I don't know, man. January 6th, another fucking making white people look bad, because real white boys or real solid stand-up white guys would never do something that stupid. Would never disrespect the capital, you know what I mean, of our country. Would never do it. If we did do it, we do it right, you know what I mean? Balls like that, those fucking idiots, hillbillies, you know what I mean? They're not on the same fucking page as that fucker. It's really the truth. You can take me out of the city, which I'm going to be leaving the city soon. I might, you know, in the next year and a half, tops, 2 years, tops. I'm probably leaving. But no matter where I go to the country or the mountains or whatever, right? You can never take the city out of the person. You take me out of the city, but you not take the city out of me. Hopefully it'll just calm me down and I'll be laid back, hunting every week, fishing, and, you know, getting my exercise training every day, running and looking at the mountains early in the morning or late at night, whatever the case may be. South Carolina, Florida. I've been to Florida. I've driven through the South. I was down Virginia Beach last summer for my son's AAU tournament, weekend tournament down there. It was a good time. Me, my wife, and my son, we had, right on a hotel room, right on our deck was the beach, right there. There wasn't no street there. It was just a walk, a path that went so far, miles. You could see big tankers way out there and shit. It was just a beautiful place, you know what I mean? Only there for 3 days, but it was good. It was good after the COVID, all the shutdowns and shit, you know? It was just good to go there, you know what I mean? And down south, I'm thinking about Utah, Idaho, New Mexico. I got an aunt, uncle, and cousins that live in fucking Arizona. I got friends that live in fucking Florida, a bunch. I got a bunch of friends that live up north from me, a bunch. I got about fucking 15 friends up in New Hampshire and Maine. That's where I really want to go, but my wife don't want to go there. So happy wife, happy life. Oh, so I'll go somewhere warm, you know? Probably like down south, southwest or south. I'm not sure yet, Paul. So I'll figure that out this year sometime. By the end of this year, I'll know where we're going. I got to make sure my wife, where she wants to go. You know what I mean? I really don't want to leave my mother-in-law, my family behind, the people that are still here. But actually, I want everyone to pitch in and, just come with us. You know what I mean? I'll build a big enough place for everybody to have their own privacy. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost a lot. You know what I mean? Like, people want to pay rent the rest of it. What are they, out of their fucking minds? You know what I mean? Everyone could pay fucking $300 on a mortgage. We'll have a fucking mansion. You know what I mean? With fucking neighbors 5 miles away. Everything within a fucking, I don't know, an hour's drive. You know what I mean? Couple hours of fucking, I'll have to get back here fucking once every month at least. Once every bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. I'll have to come back here. Payroll, all kinds of shit like that. Because, yeah, I'm monopolizing the place that I grew up in. I see people monopolizing, and they're the weakest people in the world. It's strange. The biggest cowards make our laws. I'm not saying all of them. Obviously, there's good ones, because thank God there's good ones, because we have some strong people in our military, brave people. I love America. Like, you know what I mean? I fucking love it. What the fuck is wrong with this fucking thing, Pulse? Pulse, give me a good recommendation for down south, all right, bro? Like, give me like 3 states like that you think an asshole like me would like. I'm not an asshole, but we do have attitude problems. Up here, it's because I live up here. Everyone's, if someone knows me, they're not an asshole to me, but in person, definitely not. Not even close. But I don't know. It seems like no matter where I go around here, I'm reminded of friends that are gone. Like 60, 70 fucking really close friends that were basically like family, you know what I mean? Because all my family grew up in Pittsburgh, my mother's side and my father's side. Me and my mother left my father when I was, 9 months old or something. I don't even remember, like, I was that young. I've been raised here my whole life, you know what I mean? My aunt lived here with my uncle that was from here. My aunt worked at Eastern Airlines as a stewardess. My uncle was a pilot or whatever, and a good guy. And my aunt, I loved her a lot. She's my favorite. She's gone. She passed away a long time ago. So that's where all my fans are. I'm so grateful I wasn't raised in Schittsburg. You know what I mean? I was raised in Boston, Quincy, West Quincy, Southwest Quincy my whole fucking life. And I love all my friends from here. And, though a lot of the family came here, my mother's side of the family came here to, I think they were going to stay here or something. But one of my aunts, I don't know if it was her, my Aunt Mary, God bless you, Aunt Mary. I think she might have, or my other Aunt Fern that's gone, cancer got her. I think one of them left the cigarette going. And it was a brand new one family house. My uncle and aunt owned the triple decker right down the street here. That's where we lived. And they lived, and their friends lived on each floor. And they bought a house on Columbia Street, across the street from their best friends. My first friend and my best man at my wedding, one of my dearest friends, right across from his house. And that thing burnt down. I was the last one out of the house. Like, out of like 10 adults and a dog, I was the last one out. The dog came out before me and the adults. Yeah. They all left after that. And I wanted to go with my aunt because they were getting divorced, my aunt, my uncle. And she said, Robbie, listen, if you want to come with me in 2 weeks from now, we'll see how you feel 2 weeks from now. And if you really want to come with me when I'm gone for 2 weeks, I'll send a ticket for you fucking right away. And I knew she would. 3 days later, 4 days later, I call, I go, you were right on, Becky. Yeah, I don't want to leave here. She's like, yeah, all your friends are here. This is where you grew up. Yeah, there's nothing for you in that fucking place. She goes, I'm moving to Nevada. She did. She moved to Nevada as a nurse. And she didn't go to the hospital. She had pneumonia. She didn't go to the hospital. She died from it. Just like a dear friend of mine died from it. They said if you would have went to the hospital, instead of being stubborn, I'm the same way too. But I do listen to my body. If I can't breathe, I go to the hospital. But they said if he went to the hospital the day prior, he'd still be alive. And my aunt would have been still alive if she wasn't so stubborn too. I guess she was writing scripts for herself. She was scared. You know what I mean? I heard all this shit. I don't know. I don't know how fucking true it is. I love all them people. I do. I seen them as a kid. I used to go back there every summer for like a week or two. I'd go see my grandmother on my father's side. I never met my father. I was 32 years old, Pulse. You know what I mean? So I raised myself, bro. Basically, my mother, my aunt, my uncle gave me good morals and shit. And respect your elders. Don't shit where you eat. Don't rat on your friends. Always have your friends back. All that stuff. You know what I mean? But all my friends had my back. They were all older than me. My cousins were older than me. My first friend was older than me. All his friends and my friends, they were all older than me. All my friends were older than me growing up, right? When I was in first grade, I was playing with third graders before school, playing sports, playing football up front or whatever we were playing. I played with third graders. And I would never hang with the grade I was in school with those kids and girls. I would never hang with them after school. I'd hang with them before school, smoke joints with them before school and shit in junior high and middle school. I mean, and played street hockey with them in leagues and stuff, and floor hockey. I mean, on Saturday mornings and stuff back in those days. But that's about it. I was always hanging with the older guys down. The guys that were selling drugs and shit. I was just. I was a product of my environment. So people get used as an excuse about being. This channel and this podcast is about giving people some advice out there, because who can't use some advice, right? If you listen to my story, you can see the mistakes. I'm sure you could hear them, right? But yeah, like, you got to learn from your mistakes. You don't want to be hemmed up in that system. I'm telling you. Like, people vote these new laws in, they don't realize how long it takes to get all your freedom back. Like, when I wrapped up prison, my second state bid, I didn't have all my freedom back right away. I still had superior court probation for fucking 2 years or whatever, a year or something. So I had to go there every month or every 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it was. But thank God I had a good guy that had me the first time. He liked me a lot, So he was strict, but not too strict. You know what I mean? He gave me enough fucking leeway to fucking, he wasn't an asshole to me. You know what I mean? He knew I never ratted or no. He knew I took my fucking bids like a man. And that gets you a long way, believe it or not. Being a snake and a snitch don't get you nowhere. So anyone out there that thinks they're doing that shit, I run into those motherfuckers all the time. I ran into the one that put me away with the Navy intelligence. He brought a Navy intelligence guy right after me. He was solid in fucking county. And then he brought a Navy intelligence guy up to me, South Shore Drug Task Force. And, I got hemmed up 6 months later. I didn't fucking face the charge for 6 months. But, yeah, that's what rats could do to you, man. So I think I did 27 months. I did a 2.5 Concord, the smallest state bid you could get. Indefinite. An indefinite, so it wasn't like it's not a county, it's indefinite, 2.5 indefinite, so not definitely 2 years. It could be a little under 2 years or a little over 2 years. And it was a mandatory. It was a school zone, so it was mandatory. So I had to wrap it up. So yeah, like 26, 27 months. So he caused me 27 months because he was too much of a coward because he fucked up and got caught. Instead, he became a confidential informant because he couldn't deal with jail or prison. You know what I mean? Scumbag. Coward. Piece of shit. Anyone that I ever worked with out there never did time because of me. All the people I worked with, the older people in the generation ahead of me, right? They never did time because of me. They never did time ever, like, since I've known them. But that was in the 80s. In the 90s, I worked for myself. You know what I mean? I was like a free agent, like a cowboy, basically an asshole. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like collecting fucking debts for people. All right, we got to fucking put out disposable heroes, people. I'm sorry.
This is a really crap. You guys all love it. It goes to that. That's a good guy. I know. After we're going to talk, folks, out there. 2 more songs after this, folks. We'll talk private on this one, right, folks? You always walk in the clubhouse with the fix for us. I can fit 10 people in there, right? If you want to call anytime, you're welcome to come in there and join with us. Every Friday night with us. I'm in there one weekday and Kiwi. And often weekends, Ken can always come in. Lucky if you want to, man, you know, the real loyal souls, you know what I mean? Like, plus, any of the good dudes, you know, the good dudes, you know, man. Any of them. I got 2+ years, maybe 2.5, almost 2.5 years. I've always been ranked up for a year. Coming up, Brad. And be a 5-star general, for Christ's sake. Real life. Do it real life. Do it real life, you know. Get up and dance on your floor. Listen to all the changes in the song. Oh, I'm sure you heard it before. If you haven't, listen to the changes of people who haven't heard it. Listen to the lyrics. I mean, all our world leaders, all these folks that spoke part together, so they can all see this more to life than just, you know. I gotta that's why I like to do it. Every day it's football. Orient, Damage Incorporated. That's that's the roundup of the best Metallica albums. It's must be. Let's go. Justice Falls up there. It's definitely a very great album. You won't hear a lot of bass in it though. You hear a lot of treble. I don't know. Good tour. I played all the old shit. Not lazy, man. What the fuck? Yeah, people are fucked now. The song Rock Box. Yeah, that's another classic, brother. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. My Adidas, what else? That was fucking Rock Box is there. I think that's their anthem. I think that's Run DMC's anthem, in my opinion. Rock Box is the shit, bro. I don't know. I just wasn't in the. I mean, I liked them. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd sit there and bump my head to the music. You know, it wasn't horrible at all, but it was just, you know, I was in the Public Enemy more, and BC Boys and EPMD and, you know, Boogie Down. You know, KRS-One, Rakim. These are the bullshit calls. Watch it. These are scams. Hello. Victim defense team. Okay, I'm on a live stream here. Everyone can hear you.
And I'm calling today to determine your eligibility for possible financial compensation due to potential injury or illness caused to you by the actions or decisions of companies. I just need to gather a bit of information to see how we can help. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man.
I'm with Consumer Counsel regarding a financial matter. My callback number is...
See? I'm with a financial company with a callback matter. I don't even owe nobody money. I don't have no debt. I never even had a credit card when I was, you know, when I dealt with banks. Cash, I just put it in the bank, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what the victim? I've never been a victim in my life. I got sucker punched when I was like 14 years old. That never happened again. Man. fucking coffee makes you fucking sweat, man. You know what, Damage Incorporated? Because that's what I kind of went into. Savage Inc. Savage Inc. might be the name of the podcast because it's gonna get busy this summer, and I got a lot of people coming on. So once I start doing a podcast every day, Savage Inc. 617. I like it. It's got a little ring to it. It's original. I don't like everyone else does. What's fucking what do they say? What's trending today? Well, that's good for certain business. Yes, you should go look and be up to date with a lot of things. But I don't watch news. I just read. I don't even trust the papers. So go online. There's some people you can trust on there. You get some real, listen to physicists and fucking geniuses and fucking scientists and billionaires, and listen to people. There's an old saying, if you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room. Be in the right room. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't stand these pop-up things. I'm sorry, people. I think this is it right now. Yeah, this must be it. Yeah, this is the instrumental, people. Orion. All right. The song was absolutely brother. Classic, right? I like that track. You know what? Matter of fact, I'll play that track now. We're gonna play it up there. I haven't heard that so long. It's gonna be loud. No, it's not about that, dude. It's make it rap. I like that. I like that, brother. It was just the Christmas album, it's like I can't take them seriously. They got big gold chain. You know what, Jim as a kid was a legit fucking hustler. He's a real fucking motherfucker. What happened to him was kind of shady. You know what I mean? But you live that life on the side. You're doing side shit with bad people. People out there, cutthroat. I call that doggy dog work. Oh, this is Damage Incorporated. I'm sorry. This ain't on. It's a passing song right now. It's the last song right now. I got Orion. Maybe luck on the fire. That's the punch the song off. Looking at live, I mean, he doesn't play double bass a lot, I mean, gave a model all the time. Don't roll one joint, roll four at a time. That was not the roll. So really tight or the next set. It's a pipe they had to do it twice. Don't think about something. Watch it pipe, they don't smoke weed, they just ramped up.
I need to call Metallica and get them okay to use that incorporated on something like that. That's the only fact. Maybe I'll collab with oh, so we'll do a track that is incorporated in fucking hardcore rap song. Great big style, you know? From the man. Collab and shit. Oh, I wish I had fucking like duty. Pretty soon the fucking no regrets.
Never have no regrets, people. Ever. So Texas, Louisiana, and Tennessee. I was thinking Tennessee and Texas. I still might. Tennessee's pretty good. I hear that from a lot of people. Tennessee's nice. Austin's a place, you know. The comedy's going to be funny, the other channel. Like, when you hear me doing rants every morning, without me on the fucking, you know, I'll just put a picture up. You know, you won't see me live, but you'll hear me live. You know what I mean? Like Bill Burr does, or whatever the fuck his name is. He's from the suburbs of here. You know what I mean? Pulse, all I got to do is just what I've been doing. I've been writing true stories and mixing names around, and, you know, true stories, I mean, that are so fucking crazy, like anyone would laugh at. You know what I mean? People laugh at Mike Tyson about his stories, right? I got the same exact type of shit, the same exact type of stories, but if not more. Mike's one of my favorite fucking fighters. Mike's one of my favorite fighters, no doubt about it. Like, no doubt. Marvin Hagler before him, though. And then it was Mike. And then you start learning about all the old school people. You know, you start going in history. You got to go into the crates. I tell this to everyone. No, you know, people, you want to see good fights. There's so many great epic boxing out there. Come on. Hold on. I want to hear the thing that should not be. Oh, I think this is it right there. Okay. Yep. I know I was missing a song. Oh, is this Orient? No. Mutiny in the air, got that to do. Oh, that's kill yourself. Alright, we already heard that. Hold on. I know I have it here somewhere, people. I don't wanna. I forgot these songs are so long. Yep. That's hold on, let me see. I think I do have. I know I don't have 8 fucking minute songs 3 in a row. There's no way. Maybe there is. I don't know. Hold on a second. Done. I don't know what the fuck. I'll figure this out. Hold on. That's what happens. I'm gonna blame it on the weed. No, I ain't. Oh, you know what? Go against the grain into the air. Dun, 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 dun. That's fucking Battery, right? Fuck. There's no way. I know I have it here. I did this fucking like perfectly yesterday. Or this morning, or whatever the fuck it was. This is the thing that should not be, people. My favorite Metallica track right here. Yeah, something with him incorporated Fight Fire with Fire. Maybe Texas Pulse. I like the way people call America down there, you know what I mean? I love that. I'll fit in just fucking great down there. I like it like that. I heard people nice down there too, you know?
Messenger up here in sight. Dark deception kills the light.
Real Metallica. Don't tell me the Black Album time that any of these three albums.
Irate children
Not the good
watch the sea. Pray for Father
The real good. Real Metallica. Raw. Young. Attitude.
Fearless wretch, insanity. He watches the game beneath the sea. Great old one, forbidden sight. He searches under of the shadows is rising. In madness you dwell. Calling chaos underground. Comes a solemn and twisted sound. Out from ruins once possessed. Fallen
This album, they made a lot longer songs too. Like 2-3 minutes more than Right Away.
Fearless wretch, insanity. He watches the game beneath the sea. Timeless sleep has been upset. He wakens under up the shadows is rising. Immortal.
Only seen him play this one time out of 4 or 5 times I've seen him live.
In madness you dwell. In madness you dwell.
There's a heavy Metallica track right there. When they were young, early 20s. I wasn't even in my 20s. That means 92 I was 20. 91 I was 20.
Nothing which eternal life, straight to eon, death may die.
I got a Metallica story up at
Drain you of your sanity. Face the thing that should not be. Fearless wretch, insanity. He watches the game beneath the sea. Whale one, forbidden sight. He searches under of the shadows is rising.
birthdays. People all over the place.
Immortal.
Not that far behind.
In madness you dwell.
So, anyways, the last time I seen Metallica, it might not have been the last time I seen them, but last time I seen Metallica. All right, brother. Post, get at me later on. All right, on Discord or Instagram. DM me or something. You know what I mean? I can't talk to you live on about that, but I can talk to you in private, though. All right, we'll fix that problem, brother, because you shouldn't have that problem. That's bullshit. I give you a bunch of fucking ways to go about that. All right, brother. Thanks for joining me, brother, and everyone else out there. Metallica story, real quick, was last time I see Metallica on a Justice for All tour. I think I see him twice on that tour or something like that. But I was with my mentor. Early in the day, and there was some, kids my age fucking with his grandfather that lived across the street. It was like 3 of them or 4 of them, wise asses, right? They lived, in a nice house. They were like kind of like white privilege, like, you know what I mean? And his grandfather, a really nice guy. Like, for anyone to bother an old man like that, an elderly guy with his garden, and it's hard for him to get up the stairs, and you fuck with him, you know what I mean? So he didn't even have to ask me. I just said, show me where they are. He goes, I know where they are right now. My grandfather just said they're down at the fucking school, which was right down the street from their house. Right in the neighborhood, where they lived, right? In Quincy. There's so many boroughs in Quincy. There's 13, 14 different boroughs in Quincy. So we see them, we pull up, we're like, I don't know, football field away, but they don't see us. They're the biggest one's sitting with his, legs around his fucking pedal, fucking mountain bike or whatever the fuck he had, right? And I think he was the only one with a bike, or there was 2 with a bike, pedal bikes, but 2 big kids and 2 regular sized kids. And I just walked up. I said, boy, I knew what I had to do, right? Because it was the right thing to do. You know what I mean? He goes, I'll go to fucking Metallica with you guys tonight. I'll take shrooms with you guys and fucking take acid or whatever the fuck we were doing that night. I think we were doing shrooms. And he did. He kept his word. So I walk right up. I go, oh, so you want to pick on old guys, huh? Boom. I hit the biggest kid that's with his bike. He goes down on the bike. I look at the other guys just ready to start throwing punches at them. They're fucking gone. That kid's fucking picking up his bike, fucking limping away. I go, you fuck with that old man again. Don't make me come back. Don't make me come back, right? So about, I don't know, 5-6 months later, they fucked with him again. This time I put a fucking cinder block through their fucking picture fucking window. I wrote on it, I warned you one fucking time. This is the fucking second time, you know. Now there's no more warnings. And not too long after that, I think he passed away after that, a couple of years later or something. I don't think he ever had a problem with them again, though. But, yeah, so my mentor, so we're in Rhode Island or Worcester, one or the other, right? We're in, I think we're in Worcester, Mass. It's like Western Mass. It's like in the middle of Massachusetts. We're on the water on the east, the very east coast of Massachusetts, Boston and Quincy. And we're out there drinking, tailgating, you know, and a cop says something to me and my mentor. I think we were just laughing and tripping away from the crowd that we were with, my friends and stuff, and his, you know, friends of mine that he knew. And a cop goes, you guys get the fuck out of here, go back to your cars, or, you know, not in the fucking middle of the street or whatever. I forget what he said to us. And we're walking away, and then my mentor's like, fuck him, Robbie. I'm like, yeah, fuck him is right, but, you know, we got beers, we had coke, we had fucking, you know, we could have definitely easily went to jail, right? So he goes, yeah, you too, to my mentor, who was a little, you know, overweight, but not really overweight. He was just a big guy. He's just a big guy, right? He thinks he's overweight, but he's not. He's a heavyweight champion of Marine Corps brig. He's a straight up killer. You know, if he had to, he could kill anybody. He has balls of fucking like a rhino. I'll tell you, this guy mentored me, but he went and tripped with us out and seen Metallica. Went to the concert with us, Metallica. You would have never thought he would have went. You know what I mean? He was very body conscious and shit, but he was always in good shape, hitting the bag every day. He taught me how to hit the heavy bag and the speed bag and everything. He taught me the fundamentals of boxing from the get-go, like 14, 15 years old, 13, 14, 15, around there, and young. Then I had full-time trainers after that taught me really good, because I was already pretty good already from learning from him. And he let me use his gym anytime I wanted when he wasn't there. So I used it a lot. I liked hitting the bag, doing push-ups, running, hitting the speed bag, all that shit better than going to the gym and lifting weights. 10 times better. I felt 10 times better from the workout. I kept my size for the most part. I just got a lot leaner, a lot fucking more ripped, shredded, and a lot more better at fighting. You know what I mean? I was already a good fighter. I just added, it's like a video game. You add fucking attributes. I was just adding more speed, more power, more accuracy, more, harder to hit, more using angles, because that's what trainers were teaching me. My mentor taught me a lot about boxing, so, he taught me enough. But when I went with Mr. Sigliano, Eddie Sigliano, he taught me the left hook. It took me like 2 months to do it right for him. And I didn't mind doing it for him because I respected him and I know what his sons were great boxers, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I got to listen to this guy because, he's proven. Look at his sons, you know what I mean? Junior Olympic champ, heavyweight, or light heavyweight, and heavyweight Golden Gloves champ. And this is a kid that I liked a lot, grew up, dear friend, party with him on the weekends. Tough kid. He went way too young. Rest in peace, Stevie. There's just so many people. When I listen to old school shit from the 80s and the 90s, this is who I think of as like old school friends, like dear friends I grew up with, listening to this music and going to concerts with. There's so many of them. We didn't just go to concerts with one or two people. Sometimes we did 3 or 4 was the least. But we'd go with 10, 15, 20. We'd always go with a lot of people. But even we always fought outnumbered a lot. And we very, 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 I don't think we ever lost outnumbered, actually. Yeah, I don't think we ever lost outnumbered. Maybe when certain people weren't there, when a few of us weren't there or something. But yeah, we never lost out nothing. We always had each other's backs. That was the good thing about the old school days. Everyone always had everyone's backs. Uh, if you couldn't fight, that was fine. You didn't have to fight to hang. You just had to be of some sort of use, you know. Everyone has to pull their weight, right? But you should stick up for yourself out there, people. Don't ever take shit from nobody. Obey the laws, obviously. Have morals, you know what I mean? There are morals. Don't hurt women, children, kids, elderly. You know, help people if you can, you know what I mean? But never take shit from nobody. You hear the attitude on the music, those 3 albums, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets. I hope old Metallica sales start going up. And maybe James Hetfield and Dave Mustaine will give me some friggin' give me an interview. Even Jason Newsted, so I could ask them how shitty they treated him. You know, and I'm not even a drama person. You know, I just want to. You know what? I think Jason's happy. He made plenty of money, and I mean, he don't ever have to worry about money ever again. I don't think he made plenty of money with Metallica, so he'll keep making money with Metallica. You know, he'll keep making money as long as the music is listened to or whatever. There's always money circulating. But people, so we went through the 3 most epic Metallica albums. Next one I do something like this, it's gonna be Friday. We got picks for Saturday's fights. But I'm gonna do a rap in another, probably Megadeth or Slayer, the first 3 or first 4 Slayer albums, or first 3 Megadeth albums. And then I'll pick certain Megadeth tracks that I like from their newer albums after those first 3 albums. And, you know, we'll just keep going. I'll just keep going down the line with the best, the most underrated tracks, the most underrated albums. People think because an album does good with money means it's the best work they did. No. It's just, that's what the people like that are new fans. It's not old school fans. Any old school fan will tell you that grew up listening to Metallica, had to wait till 2 in the morning to hear them on the radio and shit. We'll tell you, you know, it's Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets. And then Justice for All is a damn good album too. I'm definitely not shitting on that. I'm not shitting on not any of their albums. It's same with Slayer. Like certain albums just didn't appease me after their first 4 or 5 albums, 4 LPs and an EP. Megadeth, I think it was their first 3 albums that I absolutely love. You know what I mean? Still to this day, I have all their albums. I have them in CD form. Some albums I have in check. I have cassette tapes in check, but they're all beat up and stuff from partying and shit parties. But I have them all on my mix list. Albums, songs, 3,000 plus. Be safe out there, Pulse. Be safe out there, everyone. Have a good week. It's hump day, right? It's hump day, so almost the weekend, people, and enjoy your day. Have a blessed day. And I hope you guys go check out Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets, and Injustice for All for Metallica. Because if you haven't listened to those albums and you're a Metallica fan and you never listen to those albums, you're not a true Metallica fan. You don't love Metallica. You got to listen to these albums because this is epic Metallica. This is when they were at their best creativeness, their best music. They were elite on their instruments at these times in the 80s. And I don't think you could get a better Metallica album than the first 3. There's no way. And Injustice for All is pretty damn good too. People have a blessed week out there. Pulse, be safe, my friend. Get at me later. All right, brother. We'll talk. Thanks for joining me, brother. And everyone else that joined in here. Take it easy, people. Peace.